And I hope you're having a wonderful morning. We are coming off of NVIDIA earnings, and it's funny because it was down like 2-3% pre-market. Everybody was saying it was like kind of neutral, data centers missed, but it was an overall beat. I don't think it was a sign of weakness at all, but good report. Started off lower, and then Jensen told Fox that it was an overall beat. He's going to work with Donald Trump, or that they want to work with China to sell some of the Blackwell chips. So we had that. You had better than expected GDP, slightly better of the jobs data. So now we are just doing the post NVIDIA. We were just talking about it on the other video. You're going to have this, the reactions, then the next important data sets, enter the new month, and then middle of September, we're going to get the Fed and Powell. So it's going to be an interesting development in the next few days, just because now, 8-10% of the market just reported, and now it's going to move around. So we'll see. There's also news too. I don't know if you guys heard it. Samsung wants to take a stake in Intel. So that was another one. What other ones did we have? We had a bunch of earnings, Dollar General, and all of that. So I do have plays. I'm going to be watching CoreWeave, Snow, PSTG, DG, RDW, and then I think I had one more. Hormel. They're down 8. Oh, there's one more though. I think I'm still forgetting. But yeah, that is the one. Oh, where is that? Okay. Yeah. Snowing. I like DG too. That was a good value one there. And then keep an eye on China. Like I said, there's definitely stuff brewing. We just, the time frame. And we already do have some exposure. So other than that, we will see where it leads us. Call out any information. Please don't post any plays. I don't want you to violate the rules. And other than that, it should be a good time. I think it will be. Oh, I think I had one more thing to show you. Oh, am I blanking? I think I am. Well, either way, it's a glorious morning. So we'll have some, Hormel, chili, and Spam. They make Spam, if you didn't know that. I like Spam. I haven't had it in a while, but I'm a big fan, actually. And then Hawaii, don't you guys like Spam? My Hawaiian homie, big fan. Dude, I could use a chicken katsu right now. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That sounds amazing. All right, man. So let's have a good one, Chad. If you need anything, you let me know. I already went over the plays. That's it. We got 30. I don't need to go pee. I went pee earlier. So yeah, we'll be good, man. I'm excited. Let's see NVIDIA again. Unfortunately, I think those contracts are gonna cuck. If you have the core weaves, those should open up good. Let's see if the Intel Samsung, that's either going to get hype later in the day or not, because it is big news, but I feel like everyone's focused with NVIDIA. And then, we'll see the other one. Yeah, with the sauce, bro. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, Spam Masubi. Yup. 3, 2, 1. Boop. Round 1. Fight. All right. So where is it? Oh, Intel. And then Whirlpool's up. The CoreWeave, is that open? Oh my goodness. No, honestly, those didn't even go as much. Yeah, and the chain is open. I thought the CoreWeaves were gonna hit way harder. Give that one a second, honestly. That one might be lagging or it's dead. It shouldn't be in my mind, but yeah, you never know. No, it has a bid there, but that one's operating really weird. Yeah, the CoreWeaves are either gonna lag or they're all dead. So give it a minute or two. I'd keep that on watch. A couple of the other ones are moving. Okay. Yes, and then your boy Intel. Oh, I forgot about HP, and then check DG. Again, DG already came down. No way. So yeah, CoreWeave, like I'm telling you, I think those are lagging or dead. I can't tell. That's the problem. Because if it's lagging, it's going to be great, but there is a chance that those are just out of the game. And if those are, it's not worth it at all. So give it a second, but keep watching that. Micron, again, watch the other chips too. I got Intel. I am going to need a NVIDIA up here. Because again, if you didn't see the move in the morning, NVIDIA moved a lot. Again, that pre-market stuff will get you going. There's CoreWeave. Nasdaq's up 0.5%. Dow's the only one in the red. SPY barely green. I haven't checked equal weight. Equal weight down, but not by much. And then Pure Storage is still going. Dollar General option chain is not open. Oh, never mind. It just opened. Jeez, this thing's ugly. DG, going on your taper CD. Yeah, that could be, let me check XLP. Okay, and then NVIDIA kind of moving down. Vive, I haven't looked at material. Yeah, Snow and Pure Storage. Those might be some good ones too, again, as post-earnings. Snow's already up 12. You just got to watch the premiums. I'm going to go through, but both of those are ripping right now. Where's Bobo? Google on the high, and then RDW, they got the NASA contract. Pure Storage still killing it. And Snow and Nectar. That's NVO Divvy Day. Oh. Where is it? Yeah, that's weird. Boeing premiums are up for no reason. So watch, that could be like the other day. And then Pepsi. Roblo on the high. Alright. I think that's good. VSCO, they had earnings there. Okay, there's DG. Oh, Snow and the other one. Oh, what's it? Was it CrowdStrike? No, CrowdStrike was the one that got hyped, but then they kind of dudded that one. There's another one. Pure Storage. That's it. Let me see. Okay, kind of coming down. DG flushing. I have one on watch. I'm going to send that out to you in a second. It just needs to hit. Oclo on the high, Meta. Watch the value in the staples. Again, we got to play that game for a little bit. I haven't checked as much. Yeah, Meta's straight up. Jeez. And then NVIDIA flushing. CoreWeave is holding, but like I said, those premiums either lagging or just totally dead. And then there is a Snowflake one. It's kind of shitty, though. Dude, I think Dollar General does this one every time. Now that I think about it. Snow, is it going? And then NVIDIA on the low. What's the day? The 29th? Oh, yeah, that's a weekly. Why are these such a terrible spread, dude? Okay, they wanted me to have that one. I didn't think that would fail. Okay, we'll take it. Yeah, Joshua Hong, you like that one? Jensen answer. So yeah, I like DG. I mean, not a recommendation or lose money, but do you remember we did this before? We've had 2 or 3 DGs where post earnings, it's either gonna fucking rocket and bounce back up or it's gonna die. So I think that's gonna be my risk for the day. I like that one. US puts GDP data on the blockchain and Trump crypto push. What does that fucking mean? There's Core Weave. See if those options again. We know they were lagging, but I don't think it's going to be the most optimal. Let's see. Oh, no, they're going up. Fuck yeah, CoreWeave. All right, yeah, the options went up. I didn't, like I said, I don't know. I couldn't tell. Yeah. You're in the game now. They're back up. You had 40% yesterday prior than earnings. But yeah, now they're back up to like 50 to 100. It's just different spread. But yeah, CoreWeave's moving now. Like I told you, that I couldn't tell. I wish I could have gave you more clarity, but it was either lagging or it wasn't. But those ones are risky. TSM is ripping. What's that? And then Snowflake is still going. What's the other one? Oh, where's Whirlpool? Yeah, TSM, again, most of the chips are good, even though NVIDIA's in its own little world. Yeah, Whirlpool went down. Datadog and Qualcomm on the high. And then MP. A lot of green. NASDAQ's only 0.3, but you see a lot of chips. Yeah, there you go. Micron, TSM, Qualcomm, all the chip makers are making a pop right now. Yeah, CoreWeave. Polyalto, now a lot of software. Again, software, tech, chips, that's the day. I mean, it is day after NVIDIA. Yeah, like I'm saying, the CoreWeave ones are even moving up now. So there you have it, my brethren. Well, where's Quali? CoreWeave still going. Oh, those could. You might get lucky, but I doubt it. NBY. Yes, High Ticker has a lot, but it's mostly tech and chips. Now China. Well, there it is. Yep, now the China and JD and Baba. Damn, JD's getting worked. I didn't know JD was worse than Baidu. And Futu's killing it. Yeah, Dokken, one of you just said that. I keep seeing CoreWeave too now, and then more Baba. Yeah, you're getting some of the China stuff now. Google now and then CCJ. Yeah, I didn't know JD looked like that, bro. I thought they were doing a lot better. Because most of the China's been good, or like Baidu, you know, it stayed pinned there, but not too many of them are down on the year. Where's Bobo? Oracle, TEM as well. Oh, I like that. Yeah, TEM, and then is that MU or MJ? No, it's MU. Yeah, that one keeps going up, and then now a couple of banks, Morgan Stanley. VRH. I see the blockchain news. They're the what did he say? They're doing they put the GDP on the blockchain. All right, perfect. Oh, I forgot about Pfizer. I haven't looked at that in a minute. MSTR on the low. And then there's Snowflake. There was one Snowflake play, but they're kind of shitty, bro. That's what I said on there. I'm not the biggest fan, but maybe you'll get through round 2. Where's PSTG? That one's still up. And then CoreWeave. So again, you either monetize those or not. They finally moved. Okay, I made my CoreWeave free at 100. Yeah, snow's going now, so that kind of moved the premiums. Let me see. Oh, and then did DG move yet? A little bit, but let me see what we could do. CoreWeave again. Commerce Lutnick described the move to leverage blockchain. Yeah, he said that earlier during the cabinet meeting, and then today after it came out, they just announced it. But I don't know where can I check it? How do I go to the chain of block? How do I get to the blockchain? Can you show me? Oh, VFC. Damn, those are up a lot now if you still have that one. I forgot. Yeah, if you have the VFC, that in the money one is very good. MP now ripping. So check any of the material ones. We just, maybe 10 minutes ago, you had nuclear. Yeah, CCJ and all the other ones there. And now China. Let's see. Oh, I don't want to do that many. That one not. Okay, I sold the VFC. Interesting. No, it's not there. Yo, bonds, bro. What is that? You got a popper right there. Pizza. Yeah, and then I haven't looked at Intel yet. I think I'm done. Like I said, I like my DG. I like the other one, and then those have worked so far. If I could make it free, that'd make my life easy. And then we chill, brother. We chill. Oh, you can. Almost. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the bonds there. They just spiked. CIBC raises price target on RBC. Core weave again now. So there you go. But then again, I don't know what's going on with bonds. I see Brazil moving and a couple of other ones. SPY is coming into the low. Dow and SPY are negative. Dow or SPY's going negative now. And then NASDAQ and Russell, only one's barely up. So keep that in mind. Yeah, equal weight's even getting knocked over here too. Oil's down. I mean, shit. Bitcoin is technically up. Gold is up as well too. SNDX. Blooming Energy. Where's Snow? That one's still going. Did those even move or no? They did and they didn't. Yeah, stupid. Near the money, it would be better on those. Light? What's light? Lumentum. SPY going lower. Okay, bro. 3 on the bonds. 3 candles in a row. I don't know what's going on here. Check the dollar. It's a little bit more concerning. Yeah, that's weird, bro. So you're getting this drop. Obviously, there's a lot of NVIDIA. I just care about this. Right there. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So, other than that, you're just kind of moving around. But now everything went red except Russell. But Russell is about to go red right now. Yeah, so again, some of these runners are holding, but just NVIDIA. NVIDIA's back down to 1-2 even after that morning one. But like I'm telling you, that bond move's a little bit more concerning. Something about, I see headlines on Israel, and then weed stocks are moving up right now. Not bad. Not bad at all. Core weave again, so there you go. You still got NACE going up. I haven't looked at healthcare or any of the rotation stuff like we talked about. Yeah. Hormel on the high. They were the bad one. Lisa Cook is suing Trump. Yes, that was this morning. There's Snowflake and Sweet Greens. Elf as well. Dollar General. What's the other one? Yeah, I got the VFC I liked. That one did go good. The queries are still up though. They finally, again, that lagged for a little bit, but it wasn't as easy. I forgot about the UUUU stuff. Lanter, the bonds are still moving. If you see any broad thing moving, commodity, oil, call it out. But for now, very odd. It could, again, it is post NVIDIA, so it could just be some of that hangover. But yeah, like I'm telling you, that one wasn't, that one was not simple. Hey, yo, what? Did y'all see that? We got leaps that doubled up on the ask or on the bid. Oh, that's why. What a day. Alright, you're still going lower. NVIDIA, Tesla, and TLT is rocketing. So pretty much last 5 minutes, literally 5-6 minutes, you just got a weird dynamic of both like NVIDIA down, bonds up, and the whole entire market down. I don't know what it is. So it could just be some of the natural movement, but just this little block right here is where it got weird. I'm really only tripped out by the bond reaction. Other than that, without the bonds, I don't think I'd even care. Like I'm saying, you got oil and a couple of other things. Gold is breaking out. The dollar hasn't moved much. SPY is just back to yesterday's level, so I don't know how you feel about that. You were right below the level, so you went 64.95, and then we did this whole thing. So, I mean, that kind of makes sense. I feel like we've seen that. I think DG's climbing a little harder, so I like. Oil going negative. UNH changed. We'll just see what happens. Healthcare is down today. It didn't start off like it did last week. So the same thing with staples. They're matched up. Snowflake. Woo! That one's going. I think they're gonna wake up. Like I said, the out of the money is we found a good one, but he's been hesitating. No. Just they're widening the spreads. Yeah, in the money, you're getting money on that. Anything out of the money, you gotta wait. It's already there. Toast. Oh, yeah, it is almost the end of the month. It pretty much is. So, yeah, you'll get a little bit of that. Again, I keep seeing Brazil, man. I don't know. EWZ is up 1.3. MDB is continuing from yesterday. ELF is going up. You could tie that into China and all the other stuff, but they're the only one doing that. Dizzle. Damn, we hit another low off that. Okay. See, just if big tech goes down, Apple's only a quarter, Meta's at 0.3. Honestly, everything big tech wise except NVIDIA. I think once NVIDIA started moving past the 2, it started to get like that. BE. Blooming Energy, that's up 6. Pure Storage again. That was going with Snow. And then again, literally Sweet Greens. Closing on my first home. Gotta thank Josh, the Colt, Bradley, Frizzle, and the gang. The discipline and knowledge you learn will pay off. Dude, I love it, man. Are you kidding, bro? I think you might be the 15th or 17th Chad this month that has bought a home. Horn. And you know they used to tell me they said y'all never buying homes. You know that? And they said unaffordable. They said it'll never happen, and then you'll do it. Then they're gonna pray that you lose money on it, which is odd. But do you not realize? Look around, brethren. Every day, your peers in here are buying a property. They're making a goal and executing it. They told them everything. You know that? You know how much the world told them all? They heard the same things you heard, bro. That's it. They just said, I will endure. I will do it. I don't believe this nonsense. So yeah, bro. Amen. I love it. I love it. I would like to see more. So keep it up, Chad. And that's why look every day for a deal. And if you save, and like we talked about yesterday, man, a lot of you will be closer than you think. So posting addresses are bannable offenses. So don't email me asking, why did I get banned? Because you're posting addresses in the chat, brother. So I'm glad you got it home, but I don't know why you would tell. People stalk me and threaten to kill me, like at least once a month. So I would not post an address in here. Okay? Just for your own safety. But thank you. You are our first ban of the day. So, not bad. Not bad. Welcome to Stock Market Live. Alibaba does report tomorrow morning, yes. Pending home sales, minus 0.4. Estimate was minus 0.4. Yeah, it's dropped. It's only once a month. It's not honestly, it's kind of came down a little bit. That's good. I think they realized I'm the crazy one. Y'all don't. Bitch, I'm gonna stalk you. What the fuck? I'm not. I'm more creeped out by me, bitch. What the fuck? Anyways, Lord. God bless America. TTD. Yeah, TTD running. Matt. Wheeler. Yeah, TTD's kind of launching. I don't know. And then Team and TTD are related, actually. They kind of have some overlap, so I don't know. And then it could just be some of the pure storage hype, all that. Those DGs hit if you want to take them or not. But I kind of, like I told you, I feel like we've seen this move before. Google, Nutrila, and a couple of others, and Qualcomm. Like I tell you, there's Qualcomm premiums that have moved. Even though it's down, they're still actually up. And then, like we said, the BABA, MDB really was. Yeah, I agree. That was 30-something. Some of these, it's like once every week, there's been one of these earnings that have gone like 30%. So if you can't find it, that's all you need. First closing at 2, another at 2 million in revenue. I love it, bro. I love it. Open face. You hit the ground running on this real estate stuff, man. I'm very glad to see, both personally and business-wise. And that's something too, man. If you are a real estate agent, hear me. If you have been a real estate agent, especially if you've been a real estate agent with or without the cult, I really don't care. You know, I actually don't like it when people think they get special treatment because they're a part of something. That's the violation. But I need you all to get your own house. Okay? And if some of you have been helping people buy homes for several years now, I need you to buy a home. Nothing is more important than that. So no gambling, no nothing until you get your crib. That's why I'm saying, open face, bro. Very proud of you. But pride, every time I compliment somebody, they always fuck it up, though. I told Juraj that on the phone. That's what I've noticed. Right when I compliment somebody, they'll break the rules the next day or the next minute. So that's what you got to watch out for. Fed Cook asked judge to issue temporary order, declaring it unlawful. But yeah, you need to go get the crib, bro. Especially if you've been helping people get cribs. That's what I like, man, to see some of you have your long-term, get involved in the service side of real estate, but then also being able to acquire your own. That's the money, bro. So I would love to see it. Is that why Bond's moving? Maybe Miran? That would make the most sense, because nothing else moved like dollar or any other currency that was linked to it. So that has more legs than not, I think. Oh, the snowflakes move now, finally, but barely. First investment home in Atlanta closing today. I love it, man. Keep inspiring, Chad. I'm telling you, bro. It's bullshit. Everyone kept saying you can't buy homes, all this. I have a kid coming this weekend. He's not even a kid. He's 22 years old. He has 2 homes, and he doesn't even know what his favorite steak is. Y'all playing with me. Horn Bradley, fight out! Bro, the peach has showed you every day what you can do. Oh my gosh, Bradley Frizzle, how are you, brother? How are you? Are you feeling good? I hope you're feeling good, bro. Oh, Bradley, do we have a name? I don't even know, though, too. I have to, I mean, I could take it to the Chads, or maybe I was going to ask the Chads who are going, but I will ask you guys. So I guess I'll have to tell them the answer. I had a Chad call yesterday. It was the guy who wanted to bring the peach tree. Bradley Frizzle. Right? Remember I showed you that peach tree? So here's the deal. I called this guy, and I remember, you guys know I remember everything, right? I wish I didn't, but, you know, the Lord has blessed me and cursed me, I guess. He'll never curse me. He only loves me. Amen. Snowflake's still going. So here's the deal. I remember the guy. I call him, and I ask him. So I'm going to vote with the people going, but I'll bring it to the Chad, and hopefully he'll get the opportunity to listen. But I call him, and I ask him, and I say, listen. Well, first of all, too, I'll tell you, Mr. Yao, your reaction yesterday was wild. I called you twice, and you kept trying to ignore it. He tried to reschedule. I was like, all right, man, we're not rescheduling. I said, let's get down to it. I answered the phone. You answered the phone and started hysterically laughing. It started creeping me out a little bit, to be honest. Okay, in all honesty, I think you know what I'm talking about. But I told him this. I said, very simple. If you could tell me the exact reason why I'm hesitant about inviting you to the farm, I will let you come. If you could tell me the reason why I wouldn't want you, I actually like the guy. I want him to go, but he does sketch me out. So I said, if you could tell me what it is. And then he told me all the violations he's made in the chat. And that wasn't any of them. I said, no, you're forgiven, bro. I don't care about it. He was like, is it because I smoke a lot of weed? I said, no, I don't care about that. Is it because of this? Is it because I said talk shit? No, I don't care about that. There's only one thing. I said very simple. I was like, I could tell you right now, but if I tell you right now, we'll just save your trip for the next one. But this time, if you can't tell me what it is, if you cannot tell me why, I cannot. So I told him, otherwise, the other option is I could bring it to the Chads who are going and let them vote on whether or not you go. Is it because he laughed when I called? No. But that was weird because it was the second time or third time I called, and I think the exact words were, "Oh my gosh, he called!" Bro, you should have known already. Why did you? It was a weird vibe. I didn't like it, but I still like him. Doesn't matter if you're too excited. You guys have to know. You were eating, yeah. It doesn't matter. That was a weird reaction at 8 p.m. Well, yeah, he doesn't have a long term, so he already violated that rule. He has it, he said, but he just said he hasn't been watching for the last couple years and just started watching and then paused the deposits. So technically no. So he's not up to par on that. But now here's the thing. Mr. Yao, this is who we're talking about since he's here. He is the person, and I'm surprised you didn't realize this. He is the person that leaked the address to the first cult compound when I was in escrow in 2020, and then I backed out. How do you not remember that, bro? You spent 30 minutes on the phone with me yesterday, and you told me all your sins except for that one. Well, yes, I remember very vividly. I described this property in LA with a studio and everything. And somebody posted the address. Yes. That's why I said it's related to the compound. I said that's the only thing that would make me reserved about telling you. It's because you already had a past of leaking a compound that we didn't even have. So, I said if you could tell me and admit it, I would have let you come. But for now, I'll leave it up to the Chad. So Chad, do you think, should we accept or no, or should we defer? You don't remember that? Well, I'll never forget it. I'll never, because I said, damn, no way. I was like, fuck, I really wanted that house. It was in Encino. It was beautiful. It was $2.5 million. Had 2 units. I described it. It was my fault for describing it. And then right away, you see the address. And it was from someone, again, you spent a lot of time. So I was disappointed because I was like, oh, man, I wanted that one. He remembers. He didn't want me. I remember a lot, man. It's unfortunate. But it's fortunate for money. But yeah, no, I did. Well, I talked to him on the phone, bro. I mean, I talked to everybody, and I like it. You know, I'm not really, that's what I said, bro. I'm not really that. I think being on the internet, you think I'm a certain way, but dude, God is real, bro. Life is good. It's like for real. So, you know, it's not really that. It just, that's why I said past security concern, past violation that did worry me. So, but that's why I said I'll take it to the chat if I'm okay. I don't care. I really don't. Like I said, I've called every single person and I've told all of you, I know the address is eventually going to get leaked. So I'm not preparing for it not to be, but you know, I've had it already for a long time right now and nobody knows, and we've done it in the right way. But you know, I want this to be a revival in a community center. So I would like to, but I am going to let you guys decide. It's funny. How did he not remember? I don't know how he didn't remember. But how did you not remember not to post your plays? So the irony of that comment is even funnier. So yeah, don't tell me you made it free, brother. Especially as you criticize the next guy. Denial of actions. So you got, well, I was only gonna, that's the thing. I'll let you guys, maybe you could see. I wanted him to know too. I told him on the phone, like, because I wanted him to figure it out for accountability. But I told you, I was like, I'm not trying to torture you, bro. I said, if you want me to tell you right now on the phone, I will, but my decision is already made. So I said, I can't allow you to come to the first one. I said, if you want to wait and take it to the Chad and you're down to wait, and I said, if they say yes, I'll let you. I'm down. I don't care. Believe me. So, yeah, that's why. So it's not even like, it's just, we could do a poll, but I was only going to ask the guys who are coming because they're going to be the ones sharing the home with him. And you guys are the founding fathers. So the first guys coming, you guys are the first ones. So you have the whole burden of liability of if it leaks, we're blaming you guys. If it works good, we're blaming you guys. Or if it's bad, we're blaming you guys. So, yeah. And precedent is set. It is, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping. I've told them all this on the phone directly. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has been, I talked to every single person coming directly on the phone, not publicly. Private conversation. I've told you what is expected. You guys know there's a show, right? You guys know I have a show, right? So, remember I was telling you guys we need ideas? I got something for you. I do. I have a show. I'll tell you. Maybe I'll tell you after Philo. Chewy's starting to go. And then a couple of the... That's weird. Why is VKTX going up? The other GLPs are going down. Where's the other one? Snow, pure storage. Alright, the other snows hit. It's a 30-40%. Not really that much if you only got one, but it worked. Melly. I don't know. The NVIDIA, yesterday everyone kept talking about this. They kept talking about this rotation and no matter what was going to happen, but in a weird way, we didn't see any of that. It's not today is actually like it's just weird. I mean, it's just a hangover, but yeah, it was so in the middle that I don't think it was good, just like every other time, but you know, you got to go through the world's most valuable company, expectations, all of it. And here we are. Yeah, muted is a good, I agree. I like that word. I'm sure I heard it in the morning, but I haven't played any propaganda so far. So I don't know what they're talking about, but yeah, I'm sure they are. YouTube. No, I turned off the likes. Because everyone keeps bringing it up like I care still. I don't. All I care about is attention and fruit. So, new ball game. Dog, I was giving y'all free 1,000%ers for a like, and they wouldn't even do it. So, yeah, but it's a new ball game now, man. The next half a decade. Yeah. Wifey's a real one. She told you to go. But no, man, that's good, though. Because I had some people, I did call them. I gave people offers. I don't want to tell you guys. I can't tell you yet. Because this is part, I stumbled across the show idea. You'll see. I think it's the funniest thing ever. But yeah, man, I think some people, I gave you guys all special offers. And everybody got an offer, pretty much. And yeah, but at the end of the day, like, you know, if you do have other responsibilities, like, and you know, that's it. I do want you to spend, if you are really following what I teach you and what I believe, like, this is a quote from Miles Monroe. I love it. Miles Monroe says this. He says, if you're on your deathbed and my wife is in the hospital, I guess we're having a funeral tomorrow. Because he's saying he's going to go see his wife. He's going to go to his family. I think all of you should do the same. That is what I believe as well. And if you really believe what I believe, you would follow that as well. So above all else, all that matters is your family. You know, so I would never, it's cool. Obviously, you guys have never got to meet me, some of you. And it is a cool experience. I want it to be a cool experience. That is my goal. That's my intention. I'm just as excited as some of you. But it is, you have to have your priority. And above all else, because guess what, bro? If I'm at the farm and my girl calls me and she says, I'm leaving, it's the same. I would expect the same out of all of you for all of your wives, kids, families, everything else. So, amen. How did I select the first group of people? How did you not see it? That was part of the show. That's the funny part. So yeah, I picked everybody randomly. That's why this was so cool. I don't think you guys realized it. There was no special treatment. I didn't care if you had a membership or not. I organized it where people got priority, but everything after that, it was purely random. Every single person coming, that's it. You know how many people thought I was going to invite them specially and they were going to just get something without following instructions? I could tell. So yeah, that's the beauty of it. It's all random. That's why, again, some people didn't follow. We've had a couple calls. Some people really didn't meet all of the requirements. So we've had to make some changes there. But all in all, it was just through the YouTube and the process we set up, and it's a nice random sample size. That's why I think it's cool, man. I hope it's a cool experience for some of you who are going to come and we have it all confirmed. Russia attacks undermine Trump peace. Trump, I'm thinking of recommending a national convention to the Republican Party prior to midterms. Yeah, VKTX keeps going. None of the other GLPs, though, are moving. DG stay. The premium's still holding. Did Bradley get an invite? Yes and no. So like I said, I invited all of you. You all will be available to come, and, you know, I learned a lot from it. But, yeah, if you followed those instructions I gave over the last month, that's all you had to do. And if you did that, mixed in with the long term and just, you know, actually been watching and listening, then that's it. Then you were eligible. You had to go through a couple of steps, which was a little difficult, but at the end of the day, it was I guess I'll tell you now, this is the only time we're gonna do it like this. So I look forward to seeing the result, and I will document it for you as we have. Yeah, bro. Amen, though. I know if you have that, and I think we're gonna do something for the end of the year, hopefully. That way, it'll be many months to plan for some of y'all. Small good beginnings. Amen. Crowd. Oh, I had that. What's the other ones? No. Okay, they're all holding up though. Usually by now you could have had a sell-off. It's been an hour. Market is just, I think, victim of NVIDIA, because again, NVIDIA's down 2 now, or 1.9. So everything else isn't that bad. I could get you a checkup. So Dow Jones, 10 green, 20 in the red. NASDAQ, 45 green, 56 in the red. S&P, 152 green, and then 348 in the red. So you actually have more red than green on everything except, no? Wait, is the Dow? No, Dow had more red too. Yeah, so like 60% is there. No update on TLT. No. Do you have an update on... Do you have a personal property? I need an update on that. That's your next goal, brother. Should be number 1. I know, the core wheeze, you had the lag. I just hesitated. I didn't like it, though, this morning. We had the other one, and it looked good, but not so much. Will you be able to watch it eventually? I hope. What's the other one? Micron and Qualcomm. Yeah, they all kind of flipped, bro. You had some juice. White House on Cook. Trump exercised his lawful authority. Good. Get it done ASAP, bro. Especially in Michigan. Even then, though, why even the tax stuff? You've asked me about a lot of trades recently. Why not just go take 20% down and buy one of these cheap properties in Michigan? So, I do it, bro. Stop delaying, stop lagging. You know the game. And then bonds is simple. If we cut during a boom, the economy's booming and they cut, TLT is not going to go up. If the economy is struggling when they start the cutting, or just shortly after September, and the economy comes down, TLT will rocket. That's it. That's what we're waiting on. So there's the answer to your question. But I'm telling you, get the property, brother. Yeah, especially with how much you know and how much you've been involved. If you blow it, bro, I'm just gonna stare at you and say I was yelling at you about it for 5 years. For 5 years. And you asked me about gambles. I'm asking about property. Property. I say you get one today. I think we could do it today, brother. In Michigan, let's do it today. Let's find a deal today. Maybe tomorrow. Because they're cheaper out there, bro. It's all possible. Is the economy booming or struggling now? feels like it just depends who you ask. It does not, no. The economy is booming right now. It doesn't matter, even if the data is somewhat skewed, just look around, right? People have jobs, house prices. There is a lot of struggling. You can't ignore that. And there has been pockets and areas that have declined, but a lot of the other S&P companies, they're making money. I think average is like 14 billion a year. And then you get to the Mag 7, they all pull in like hundreds of billions a year. But yeah, it's like objectively the economy is it's flooded with money. I wouldn't call it booming, but I wouldn't call it busting either. It's not down. I think you're closer to a boom than you are anything else. And that's why, and it's shown in various areas. Again, people buying stuff, how they buy, how they spend, the travel industries, the leisure industries, gaming is up 20% on a year. Like, there's so many things that's what I'm saying. It's not growing at a crazy clip, but it's not like a level of choppiness and struggling. You didn't listen with the CPA, got a cheap one and shady stuff and got great people now. That's good, but that's not what I said. This is what I want you to realize. Look at the initiative you've taken with the gambling. Every time you've even asked me, I've given you shit for it, bro. You have taken initiative about gambling. Play, option, gamble, play, TLT. Look at how you're taking the initiative. You're not waiting on a tax guy. You're not waiting on me. You're actually pressing me with it. You can get a loan. 20% down. That's what I'm saying. You're going to do it the other way. Find a good deal, 20% down. We go from there. That's it. Just like I did on the other ones. That's why I used the property. That's why I put 20% down on the compound. So you all could see. I don't care about that. Anybody could get a house. Like I'm saying, if you applied the same initiative you are applying right now to finding an option, I think you could get a home in Michigan tomorrow. And if you got, what are we looking at? I think, yeah, if you could get your hands on what? 20 to 50 worst case, and that's assuming no equity. But then again, yeah, you even helped somebody with $500. So worst case is going to be 20% down, or even 10 if the tax guy's done a little bit, but it's there. That's what I'm saying. It's just initiative towards it. That's all. Some of you are putting more initiative to short term. I need you to put initiative towards the thing that is going to change your life. Right now, the options are going to be, I've been hitting 1,000%ers my whole life. I mean, you guys have watched me on YouTube from the moment you've ever seen me pull some wild ass stupid plays out of my ass from the day one. They're not going anywhere, God willing. But the houses have changed dramatically every time I've talked to you. Let that sit for a second. What are we doing, you guys? Especially if you've been helping people buy homes. I'm not mad at you. But like I'm saying, if it changes again and it does all this stuff, I'm going to say, bro, I was warning you. You know, it's funny. That's actually so funny. Because what was it? My girl, because her schedule changed with her job. And then I was telling her how, like, waking up, I was like, girl, you have no idea. You have no idea. And I told her, one of these things, I was like, I warned you. I kept trying to warn you, baby girl. And then she's like, well, your warning wasn't effective. And I was like, yeah, I noticed. With you, it's never effective. That's why I'm changing my warnings and I'm making them very, very direct. But again, if the warnings never are effective with you, then at some point, bro, we're going to call it. So I hope you heed the warnings that you have. Especially, do not barrel into gambling now, and you cannot go this long. This is not the stage to be asking. You need to be having a crib right now. Right now, especially if you have done a closing. That's it. You should be thinking about 20% off on a home or 20% down on a home. I would not be caring about TLT right now. It's like I'm saying, I'll do that for you. I'll tell you, bro. But then again, it's not going to work out well, because when the real TLT comes, bro, and some of you, if you have not been prepared, I think you're going to blow it. You're either going to hit the TLT and lose all the money, or you'll miss the shot in and of itself. Why? Because this is the preparation right now. The readiness. It's already been 9 months. I've already seen 15 of the top 20 real estate markets go from negative to green in the last 9 months. Our time has already been wasted. People wanted gambles again. So I love you, man. I do. And all of you. This isn't just for him. It's for any of you that this applies to. That's why I've been trying to tell you how many years you have heard me. You got 20K, 30K. You got this long term. Some of you right now are concerned with gambling all of a sudden. You don't think it's weird? All of a sudden you care about the macro. Now you care. No, you just want the quick money. I'm telling you, if you hear my words, there is quicker money for you in the wise decision in real estate, and mixed in with your long term. But some of you are insisting on the contrary. So like I'm telling you, I would make your choice, but UNH is dropping flush. But for real, bro, this is, what are we doing, man? That's why I kept saying, bro, go to the other gamblers. I gamble too. I do. And I know it, but I'm not the guy I'm not going to let you get into it without having every basis covered. We need a long term. We need the crib, bro. Some of y'all have had a great opportunity. Please do not neglect it. What does that say? What are you saying to God and the universe? I know about real estate. I know about the long term. I know about all these things. I want to give the weekly a shot. I want to know more about speculating. Oh. Telling you, bro. You guys will get it. I mean this in a good way. How many times have you heard me say over the years that, quick money has arrived by not chasing it? The moments I don't want quick, I'll get it quick. The moments I want it quick, I'll get it much, much later. You know that, right? Every single time. I think Uncle said it. The easiest way to get it later is to hurry it up or something. Just drive slow. That's way to get it late is to try to get it fast. Amen. No disrespect. I mean this sincerely. The fact you're saying he treats us the same way he talks to his girl. But yeah, I told you guys recently, my girl, she wanted to do this job, and it's a really good opportunity. But I know how success works. That's just the reality of it. And she lives a very comfortable life, and I'm glad that she does. That was my intention. So I told her, I just said, listen, baby girl, you don't have to do this job if you don't want to. And so I said, if you want to do it because you want to. And I said, if you're going to do it because you want to, it's going to require a lot from you. And that's all. And I just said, that's what I'm saying. So like a couple weeks in advance, I told her to prepare. And she prepared, but here's the thing, because you're right. My girl is very talented in many ways. Not only is she beautiful, and that makes things easier for her in life. It really does. But she's smart. That's why I love her. It really is, because she knows things. She knows how to operate. She had a good head on her shoulders. But that's why that sometimes gives her the ability to not be as prepared. That's what I told her. Because it's very simple. I told her, I was like, girl, your whole schedule is about to change. I said, you've been living a certain way on a different schedule for the last couple of years. I said, you're going to need some lead time and preparation. And she agreed, but then she just did it a little bit. I'm laughing. That's what I said. She knows I love her. I love her too. And that's why I want good for her. But that's why it's funny, because I was like, it's whooping her ass. That's why, and I told her that was going to happen. And that's what I was saying. I was like, girl, if you do not get ready, if you have not been used to waking up that's what I try to explain to her. I'm like, girl, from the moment you have met me, I have been waking up at the same exact time every day. I said, you, my friend, have a different schedule. So I said, if you think you're just going to change something tomorrow without having to pay the cost and deal with it, that's just not going to happen. And that's what I explained to her. And she get it. She understood it, but she prepared, but not as much. She did what some of y'all do. She took the good first step, got there, and then kind of just lagged and drifted. And then by the end of it, now she's in the middle of it, and now she's tired. Now she's like, oh my gosh. It's funny. She's like, I'm eating protein. She's waking up tired, going through a full work day. It's just different than what she had to do. Again, her other job, she was not getting into the office till like 11, 12. Like, bro, she was on autopilot and easy mode. Her other job was just so fucking easy, and everybody knew it. That's why some of y'all getting used to this pandemic like occupation. Believe me, it's nice. It really is. It's very, very nice to like be at home. Again, I'm at my home right now. Believe me, but that's what my funny part, because my girl, she was laughing. She was like, damn, like you don't even drive and you wake up that early? I rest my case. I'm waking up like I'm commuting to work, bro. I'm not. I'm fucking waking up to go home. I'm to stay home. But like, you got to think about that, man. That is a very early time. And then it's like, if you're not getting ready for it, it's just, wait, hold on. You got to check oil. Please hold. I got Phillips headline. And then we've been getting the Exxon Russia shit, but no, I think it's a dud. All DG to the plug. Amen, baby. That was a good one, huh? I was telling you what I thought it could do, and it did it. Honestly, bro, I am not even going to lie to you. I forgot about it. So let me make that shit free. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I made it free. I forgot about that play. I killed it. Yeah, that was a good one. Now we'll hold the rest for free. I got more than one if you couldn't hear. But yeah, I only got one of the snowflakes. Yeah, 100%. It is a shock to the system. That's why I was telling you guys. I saw my girl do this, and I was like, holy shit. Y'all think this has to do with spirituality and all this? I just realized some of you have very bad schedules. And even then, I've watched my girl go through it, where I'm like, if you do not prepare in advance, bro, even if you think, whatever you think you are, bro, just like, you are literally shocking your body That's what like people don't. How come weird Jesus boy gets it, and everybody else is like, no, dude, I'll just do this. No, it's fine. Oh yeah, no. Oh, and then why do I feel this way? Oh man, it's so hard. It's not. It's just like, yeah, if you make it hard, it'll be very hard. You know what I'm saying, bro? That's why if y'all keep gambling all of your money away, and you're like, damn, it's hard to pay bills. Yeah, it is. It really is. It's hard to stay awake if you're not sleeping. If you're sleeping at 5 a.m. and then waking up at 10, it's not like that's not, of course it's gonna be hard, bro. It's gonna be hard having energy if you don't have the right nutrition and all these other things. So it makes sense, and that's why I'm saying let's make it easy. Let's make it easy, and then tell me what we can work. Then tell me what we're missing. Then tell me what's difficult. Then tell me what is impossible. But for now, I think we just got to get the easy shit down. And it's, again, for everybody, I mean, it could happen at any moment. Like, especially, and then things change. Like I'm saying, my girl's, it's funny because for my girl, this was all unnecessary. Because, like, that's what I'm saying, a great opportunity came her way. And she's like, yeah, I want to do it. And I said, all right, well, are you ready? I liked the opportunity. I didn't think she was ready. And that's why I told her, I said, you better get ready right now. That's why I started challenging her on it. And I was like, do you love it? Do you really want to be in it? I said, you got to show it, prove it. And I gave her the instructions and she took them. But at the same time, too, not enough preparation time, a little bit of relaxation after the preparation. It's even if you prepared fully, 100%, it's still going to be a major shock. Yeah, she went from remote to office. She got a much higher paying job, good position, advancement, but it would have required in office instead of hybrid. So she wanted to do it, and I was like, I don't think you're ready, baby girl. I was like, dude, I don't know, man. I said, you've been chilling, girl. I said, you don't realize. And I felt bad because it's partly my fault. I made life easy. And I said, girl, I don't think you're gonna. I just said, I believe in you, but I don't believe in somebody who's not changing their schedule to match up the needs. I believe in you. I don't believe in your schedule. So, Chad, same goes for you, bro. Some of you, I believe in you. I really do. Genuinely. But I do not believe in your schedule. I do not believe in your synchronicity. I don't believe it. I don't think it'll work. Doubt the schedule, not the aims. Amen. That's exactly what it is. It really is. That's it. That's all I was. That's all I was sharing with you. Doubt your efforts, not your aims. I like the aim. She's doing good. But it's like she's going through whatever. Like, she just understands it now. She's like, this is why you sleep early. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think it's hilarious. Apple's ripping. But yeah, she's doing good. But then she's even noticing, she's like, she has a friend at work, and she's like, this girl is always behind now. And she's like, she noted everyone's going through the same thing. So there's like a clear difference between the people who have been like working and like getting ready for office, and then the people who just like raw dogged it and then went through it. Why am I not married to her? Because she understands this. My only commitment in this life is to Jesus. I have no children. I have nothing except Jesus. All my items are nothing except Jesus. So I don't answer to anybody but Jesus. I love her, but I love Jesus more. I love my mom, but I love Jesus more. I love you, but I love Jesus more. So yeah, I've came to the Lord in the position I was called. So amen. Cop-out answer? No, not at all. All of you are tied to something. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm free. So I'm glad she understands that, but Jesus says to love your wife like the church. I just gave you the direct quote. Go read 2 Corinthians. But yeah, you should love it as a church. That means the head. That means the leadership. That means to be able to, you should give your girl the same feeling that Jesus gives you. You know, I rejoice with Jesus and I love him so much. And he makes me so excited because of all the blessings, and I see how he's made my life easy. That's why I've tried to reflect that back to her. That's what all of you should do as husbands and men for your women. I agree with that. So you're not wrong, but you're not going to force me into marriage. That's what the Bible says not to do. Come as you are called. You are fighting the Bible. You want me to read it for you? I read it before because this is what I told everybody. You can read this to anybody who tells that to you. Is it 2 Corinthians 6 or 7? Go read it. If you hit me with another ignorant ass comment, I'm going to read it for everybody. Well, I don't know. Like I've been telling you, a lot of these, like yesterday, I was just on a rant session. We didn't do much. Even today, it kind of feels like it. But like I'm telling you, a lot of these are about money. You know, like I'm telling you, the story I'm giving you, they're trying to make it about my fucking marriage or not. But it's like I was telling you, my girl, she's gone through schedule changes. I give you the same advice I give her. And like I'm saying, and she's at a high, this is some C-suite level shit. So it's a high level occupation. And that's why I'm sharing it with you. Because I really think you guys could learn from this. I think you could get better business and you could learn how to advance. And so as much as it is philo, it's really not. It's all about money, business, and succeeding, my friends. Succeeding. It is, I know, but think about it. What did I just tell you guys earlier? I told any of you, bro, if you're in the hospital and my girl is in trouble, we're having a funeral. I'm gonna go see my girl. All of you should do the same. So think about it. Let's be real, you guys. The moment I have a child, I'm not streaming. I'm not gonna help any of you. Why would I? I have a child now. What's wrong with you? You know, does that not make sense? Think about it. Why would I give a commitment to other people if I have a child? That's what I'm saying. My only commitment is God and God's will right now. And that's the people in heaven. So amen. If that changes, that changes. But for now, I am in a unique position where I am not tied to anything but a goal and love of God. That's it. No girl is going to pull me. No girl could tell me, but we're married, no, you can't. You know, I'm not going to have a precious soul looking at me needing something and I have to choose between the world or my kid. What's wrong with you? I will never have to make that decision until I do. And if I do, it's an easy decision. You see? So do you see it? So what are we saying? Because I wouldn't tell any of you to do anything different. Any of you should give that commitment to your child, to your family, as I believe in fully. So, yeah, what are you saying? Let's be real. That's reality. All of you should. I would not bring a child in this world to spend 8 hours a day on the internet. That's it. My whole life would become his life or her life. That's what being a father means. Is it not? Is that not what my Father has done for me? Both on earth and in heaven? So yeah, bro. Amen. It's hard. It's real though. But that's why too, love. And I hope you do. And that's why I said, man, if y'all have kids and y'all have that, you're already called. And you better take that shit seriously. That's what I'm saying. And y'all got a little one looking up to you. My guy, no more gambling. I'm sorry. You're gambling with his future, not yours. It's not about you anymore. You don't realize? Sadly, most of us won't be able to do that. No. With that attitude, you won't. Flee from me. Flee from me, Satan. That's what do you mean? That's why we're here. That's why I'm here. That's why I'll put off my own family so that you guys can't tell me you can't. Free yourself from the bondage of man. You all can do it. Easily. That's what I've been trying to tell everybody. Easily. It's so much easier than you think, bro. For you to have you're a couple of good moves away from having that freedom and not relying on another man. So that the next time somebody threatens your job or you comply, you will be free, brother. And I want that for all of you, not just me. I understand what you're saying. I do. That's why I'm telling you, for real though, we have to end that, and we are going to. But if you can't accept that, and you're not the type who doesn't have it, but you're not even willing to believe it, I can't help. And you'll see, it will help you down the line once we get the other millions of people to do it, and then you'll be like, okay, it is. But for those of you right now, you have to believe. And but you can't, no, there's no impossible or we can't do that. No. You can. It's going to require sacrifice. It's going to require discipline. It's going to require you to say no. A refusal, will your will surpass the desire to quit? Well, what are you willing to endure, my friend? And if you endure it, you will get it. That's all. You think the world has proven to me 8 hours you could work and have kids and be successful? Dude, it has. You're right. The world has. I don't listen to the world. I listen to God. 2 Corinthians 6. I listen to God, man. That's what I've been trying to tell you the whole time. World got an ass backwards. World cannot prove me anything except that my God is real and alive. That's all they've done. The world has only proved me that Jesus is more alive than ever. That's all the world has seemed to prove to me. I know it's weird, but that's all. Equal way. It's a weird. This whole week I have hated the price action. It's not a rotation. It's not a rotation. Literally equal weight and Nazi are inversed almost, but then now Russell's not even down as much. SPY's barely green, and then the SPY just looks more like NVIDIA. Now you got Amazon and Apple though. I put those up mid-rant there. Baba. I can't believe Baba is still red. And then, yeah, bro, those DGs, those hit, man. That was fire. Thank you for reminding me. Oh, yeah, where's the other one? Oh, it's almost time for push-ups. 30 minutes. Something happened to Jason. You mean Jensen? Would that be a black swan? I mean, yeah, I guess. I've never really thought about that, Luigi. But yeah, I guess that would be a black swan. I think it would. I never really thought about that, but yeah, because most people ask that question for Buffett and other people, but yeah, I guess. That's a Luigi. I'm like, I never thought about that, bro. I guess that's a interesting thought. Oh man. No, because it's a good that's a good question. That's honestly, I really think that's a good question. I've never thought about it. I genuinely have not thought about if something happened to Jensen. So that's why I made the Luigi joke for you asking me that. But I think it's a very good question. It really is. Like I'm saying, the financial answer is that, like, most people ask that about like bigger, more established companies like Warren Buffett and, like, you know, Elon Musk and Tesla. You know, NVIDIA is big, but all of this NVIDIA stuff's kind of new if you really think about it. You know, 3 years ago, Jensen wasn't who he was today. 4 years ago. So yeah, that's actually very interesting. CGC. So they were saying, again, I think they were pumping it, but someone was trying to pump Donald Trump in weed. I didn't hear anything about it, but just keep that. I don't know. I think it's bullshit, but just in case. And then even in general, all the weed stocks still going. You haven't filled the $6-7 gap though. Oklo. And then bonds, bro. Remember earlier in the morning, that little move. And then we're still like at this level. It's kind of odd. Strong, weak dollar. You got to go to the economic lessons. It's too complex. I can't explain it, but then it might open up more confusion because it's been different the last couple of years, but there is a traditional like relationship you can follow. But we have those economic lessons on the trading fraternity. There's a playlist. It's from 2024. We go over dollar, floated exchanges, fixed exchanges, and you know how it relates to that. Any new tin? No, but I like the gold and the finding money shit. I don't even think it's tinfoil anymore. I love what Lutnick said the other day. I mean, real estate. Dude, real estate's either going to go crazy or it's going to crash. That's every day I start to feel that more and more. Because again, dude, they're about to cut rates. And if it keeps going, dude, there's going to be a good pickup. But if they start cutting rates and real estate doesn't work, and real estate does not get a boom or stay stable, we're going to turn into China. I think that'll really be deflation. But if they could pull it off, then I think that's it. It's going to go crazy alongside everything else. But other than that, I think the Fed is shady. I think God is good. I think that's my only tin. I have the propaganda. I'm organizing the propaganda accounts for you. That was the one I gave yesterday. It's like crazy, bro. Like, I want to say like 75% of the stuff you see on Twitter is like, it's algo engagement farmers for like influence. And then like, I want to say, I have to get the little flow chart, but I can't verify the percentage, but it's just linked to a lot of dark activities. Oh, I had one I was going to show you. Yeah, that's all I got for you. We're doing zero down, USDA. Got a quote, $2,700 a month. So is the house in a good area? Because if it's not, you're going to lose money. That's what I'm saying. With these agriculture properties, USDA, that's why they'll give it to you for zero down. So just make sure it can be rented for that much or Airbnb, because if it can't, it's going to be a drag and it will be hard to sell. I've been saying this for the last month since I bought the farm, because a lot of you have sent me properties and you're like, I want a farm. But I'm like, dude, just make sure it's in a good area. Because if it's mine is in Southern California. I'm an hour and a half from the airports. So, and it's generally, there's like a big city. So you got to be careful on that. But otherwise, zero down, bro. You know, and if it's yeah, so it's like if everywhere's USDA, but it's like in the city and it works, then fire. I like it. Just make sure it's a good deal in term, or not overpaying on the equity. And then I would be down. Gold and silver. I mean, until the dollar makes another big move. I mean, if you listen to Uncle Answers, you would have got it below 3,000. But even then, it's already moved up a lot this year. I think it's important, critical, related to the value of the dollar. But you could play other place if the dollar goes down again. But I like physical gold and silver. I own a lot of it, or a decent amount in real life. But yeah, that's it. A risk to jump into a house if you own another one. Not if it's a good deal. But if it's not a good deal, or if the property's vacant and overpriced, that's going to be a drag. The best property? Anything in a good location, man. Anything I've purchased in California, because I just got it at the right time. You know, I bought things early in a high, good location. And that's the thing I learned a lot of. I've been sharing that with you too. Location, man. That's where some of you are just going to stumble. You're going to fuck around and become a millionaire just off the right area. That's what I told you guys the other day. I'm like, bro, there's so many people who have these mini fortunes, and like, they didn't do anything special, man. They were just in the right place, and they followed good investing, sound investment logic, and they invested in, Southern California at the right time, a good price, and anything else when they started saving and moving, they played along there. But good locations, that really, because I have too many. I can't say just one property, but anything I bought in a location that is highly desirable today. It wasn't when I bought them, but and even if it was desirable, it was substantially cheaper. So those have been the ones that, and even because I have those in Cali, I have those in Indiana, even the Carolinas. So it's like, it's a good opportunity. But location. Yeah, 20 million is a lot, actually. We're not even, we're at like an hour and a half. Yeah, 19.6. That's a lot. Amazon and Apple recently. NVIDIA looks like the spy, but then Apple and Amazon are helping giving you that lift. Airbnb make enough to pay expenses? Oh, yeah. If it's not a good Airbnb area, you'll break even or lose money if just people don't go there. But if it's like a travel destination, Airbnb is really good. I don't think people realize it. I'll show you, actually, because even in this, once I'm done with the video after this meetup, you'll see. You'll see, man. I want to tell you, but I think it'll be a fun surprise for afterwards. But essentially, let me put it this way. If I Airbnb'd the farm over the last 30 days, I would have made a lot of money instead of losing money. That would have been, and it would have been phenomenal. And even moving forward, the Airbnb, it's so easy if you're in a good area. But, and then again, especially if you have a property that's vacant or not, or depending on how you want to use it. But then if you go to an area where nobody travels to, nobody rents, I mean, it'll be break even or negative. Or again, if it dries up during the slow times, that's it. But if it's a hot area that is seasonally driven, like my cabin slows down when it's not snowing, but it still does good, and then you make, like, no exaggeration, like 4 times the mortgage during the hot seasonal times. I showed on the trading fraternity. I got a lot of videos, man. A lot of videos. Pinto Duo's kind of moving a little bit. Google 52-week high. A mini vacay, baby. Enjoy it, bro. Have a good long one. That's it. If you guys take off tomorrow, you'll have a 4-day weekend. Yeah, we could still Airbnb it and do the meetups. That might be the better way, but the only downside is that once it goes on Airbnb, it becomes a public property. Or like everybody will know where it is. But then we could just block it off when we want to. That's what I do with mine. So anytime I want to use my Airbnbs, I just block off the weekend. But then it sucks because like the cabin is booked so much in advance. I have to like plan like 4 or 5 months in advance because people book the weekend so early. I think I already have Christmas booked out on the cabin. Somebody already booked it. I even think Thanksgiving. That one usually gets booked by like September, October. But then Christmas gets booked usually about now. Are they buying houses as investments or to live in? Either or. So you should buy one for yourself, but if it doesn't work for yourself or you have different job needs, go buy an investment one. But they're buying them, and that's what I'm saying. Just it's a mix of anywhere from like, I think the youngest person was 20, all the way down to like, you know, we have some 55, 65-year-olds. But like I'm saying, it's been at like 10 a month or something. It's a lot of people, and like I'm saying, I don't want the deals. I'm not trying to make money on them. I don't give a shit. I want you guys to become owners. I want to bring this to life. And I've been saying it's a good opportunity. The people in the last cycle who walked away with good assets, they have been great to this community. And you could see it because it has had a really real tangible impact. So don't delay. I'd hunt. Oklo again. EU proposes tariff reductions. Oh, I do see that one. To implement EU-US deal. Sounds like good news, but I thought we already had this figured out. First one will be where you live. Yeah, good. No worries. That's what I'm saying. Either or you never know. Maybe it might be better to live at home still or rent and then just go get again, if you find a cheap rental somewhere else and it's a good deal, there you go. Until we find the one to live in. But if you live in it, you'll get lower down payment. You'll get FHA loan. You could do shit like that, which makes it easier. So you get different advantages. If you live in it, have a job, even you're low money down. If you don't live in it, different job situation, you're gonna need more money down. EU says proposals are the first steps to ensure tariff relief by the U.S. starting from August 1st. First act concerns a proposal to eliminate tariffs on industrial goods and provide preferential access for seafood and non-sensitive agriculture. Second proposal, prolonged tariff-free treatment rate of lobster, now including processed lobster. FHA USD is still running 12 to 15K. Are you talking down payment? Oh, it is Royke's birthday. Where is he? I haven't seen him today. Mr. Royke. Should we surprise him? Yeah, I haven't seen him this morning. We'll give him a birthday when he pulls up. I think he'd be proud that I've been telling them all to buy real estate today. Because I want to. I'm telling, especially agents. That's it. And if you are an agent and you have already helped people close on several properties, we need to get you one. The struggle as you work in OC, don't worry. It's not a struggle. It's just different. That's it. You're probably going to find a place to rent near your work, and then let's get you a cheap property elsewhere. That's it. At a good deal. At a good deal. Yeah, you work, been approved. There you go, dude. 3.5. That's amazing. I like it. So that's good. Now we just got to find a property that's not overpriced. Or if it's not overpriced but still kind of expensive, we need to make sure it has everything for you to live in it that you like, right? Or if you could get more utility out of it at the price, because you're going to live in it, so you're going to have a different purpose. But then again, that's what's allowing it cheaper. And now your payment, instead of having to rent, you were going to pay that anyways. So now we just got to make it good. But I like that, bro. You already have it. 3.5 is such a blessing, bro. You got to realize that. We're talking, look how attainable that is. So what? Dog, we're talking $7,000 to get a house. That's it. If you get an agent who will refund you even half of the commission, that number goes down to $4,000. If you get any sort of money back or lowered interest from the seller, we could take that number down a lot. You see what I'm saying? That's what I've been trying to tell all of y'all, especially with the FHA loan. Homeboy right there just said his numbers. He did it. He works. He lives at home, which is great. No rent. But he just said, I went to the bank, 225, 3.5% down. These are the numbers we're talking about. $7,000 to get your hands on a $200,000 property. Like I said, you get it. You're popping on the EU thing. It's hitting that little boom. It's hitting another wire right now. That's all it is. These little moves are on that EU headline. So yeah, and like I said, you get an agent who's down to hook you up, give you a refund a little bit. You get that money lower now. You could take that down $2,000 more. Again, get the seller to give you $5K back on anything and tell them to give it to you on the back end. We just lower that to $2K out of pocket. You just bought a house for $2,000. Obviously, you got to pay the payment. That's your new rent, or you're going to have someone pay it for you. But do you see what I'm saying? That's what I've been trying to tell all of you. And you want to believe propaganda and cry about the prices that you didn't even care about earlier, and this is going to be something you live in, and the other alternative is you have to rent from these jackasses forever. So like I'm saying, don't overpay and get into a bad deal for the rest of your life. We be smart, we be strategic. I'm showing you how to do it. You're seeing how it's possible. Not, oh, how am I going to do? No, wait, what do you mean, how is it possible? Here's how. Like, but it's not, it's accessible, is what I'm trying to tell you. Accessible. Now you make sure that house is in the best location, your upside just skyrocketed. And then now you stay alive 10, 20 years, we keep doing this parlaying, you'll fuck around and we'll see what happens. But yeah, very, very simple. There is, so, and all of you guys keep asking about the coal. I don't want to tell you how to find a coal agent. You know why? Because if I have to explain it again, and you haven't been able to listen prior, that's not a good sign. That's not, so it's, I kind of don't want to even be involved. You get an escrow, send me the house, and I'll let you know if it's a good deal, or send me before you offer, but you know how to do it. You guys know, contact, I've said it many times. I've given many videos, and you have been here for many years. You might be able to assume the FHA loan, but you have to qualify, and then it'd take a longer process. You can email me. You're a veteran. I'm gonna send you to Ian. That's all right. We have another veteran. That's the beauty, because you guys know I've never served, right? So I just have a lot of respect and love for you, and I understand what this freedom is and the cost it came at. So, but we have a lot of people who have served, and that's why I'll refer you to Ian. We have people who are vets they could at least guide you. So email tradingfraternity@gmail.com. And then I will forward that to the Colt Real Estate guys. And for those of you listening, that's how you get in touch. So we'll see if you've missed it again, but I just gave it to you. You could thank the veteran, because without him, I wouldn't have told any of you. FHA loan doesn't make sense if it doesn't qualify. Not every property will qualify for a FHA loan, or if you're not going to live in it and then violate the laws, because Bill Pulte will come get you. And so I don't want to deal with that, especially if you've talked shit about Lisa Cook. Then you, my friend, yeah, unfortunately, you better live in that FHA or I'm reporting you. That's the only downside. FHA, you have to live in it. And then there's qualifications. FHA loans do not take longer. They can, but I know you're a realtor and loan officer. I'm sure you want to lead, but I was talking about a mortgage transfer on a FHA. So mortgage transfers or assuming mortgages, they take longer. That's not an easy, quick process. And it requires bank approval and everything else. That candle is the EU, but now you came back down. Yes, yeah, they are painful. They're great if you could get it. So if you guys could get somebody to let you assume the mortgage, it's beautiful in this environment, but it really is, it's a painful process. The bank fights you, everybody fights you, but it's possible. It is possible. A short loan? What do you mean? Like a real estate short sale? A real estate short sale is the bank is approving to sell the property for lower than what is owed, but they are not transferring the mortgage. You're coming with your own financing. A short sale is the bank just agreeing to let the property sell for below the liability that is owed on it. So if you borrowed that, if you paid, the mortgage is $1 million, but the house could only sell for $900,000, the bank has to say, okay. They're like, fine, we're gonna lose, we'll let it happen. But they don't care about, they're not talking about the funding of it, just about the approval of selling below the mortgage. You know what's funny? I haven't seen a short sale in a long time. In 2019, 2018, there was a ton of short sales. You guys remember that? Now that I think about it, bro, I haven't seen a short sale in a really long time. Most of them have either been mortgage transfers or they just sell it. Holy shit. That's what they did. Yeah, when was the last time you seen a short sale on real estate? I haven't seen one in years. Maybe that's the effect of the Fed and Powell and the FHA. Because remember I told you that like they don't let people default anymore. It's so hard to default if you really wanted to. Dude, I forgot. Yeah, dude, it's been a while since I've seen a short sale. You saw 3 this year? What area? What location? You did 2,000 on a 152? Nice. I love that. So there you go, another Chad. He bought a $152,000 home with $2,000 to take the keys. Then the mortgage payment's like what, $900 to $1,200 a month on that type of loan, I think. Central Minnesota. I will look. Drop on Intel. Remember, Intel had a Samsung rumor today. People kind of ignored that, but yeah, that is coming down. Yeah, $1,150 mortgage, tax, and insurance. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Once you guys even know the numbers, you could just estimate pretty. You'll know it. You'll be in the neighborhood. But yeah, it's like 150, 2K down to take the house. Now you have 150,000 of an asset. Obviously, there's debt against it, but then now it's $1,100. Most areas you could rent it, even if you take a loss of but can it rent for $1,150 in your area? That's the beauty about the cheaper ones. It's easier to pull those rents. It just all depends on the area. But even if you rent that at a loss, if the area is hot enough and you lost $1,000 a year, but then that property goes up 10%, even 20, you're almost at that property will be in the 200K range in a couple years if the area can support it. You got the grant, that's good. You could rent the bottom out for $1,300 and I live out on the top. I love it, brother. I love it. The next step is going to be getting you one for you now. And then that way, because that's a good rental. That's beautiful right there. And then, yeah, once you move out, fully rent it, and then boom, we get you your other one. I love it, man. Good work. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Any scale, any level, that's it. I love it. Okay, you're coming down. You had EU headline pop and drop, but I mean and then Tesla, I put that one up there, but this is just a weird NVIDIA hangover still, unfortunately. And now a couple other chips are going down, AMD and Intel. CVI? Yeah, it's zero close, baby. Long term. Yeah, whatever CVI is, that one's running. Bitcoin on the low now. I actually need to go pee. Good morning. 8:30. Yeah, let's do some push-ups too. Yalla. I like Rocket. I like Arquite. I mean, Quicken is a fucking monopoly, but yeah, they're not bad. They're not bad. You're either gonna work for them or UWMC, man. Choose your side. Okay, I need propaganda. I need to go pee.
Backed by Jeff Baker.
Nice.
Into the market. Let's get to Phil LeBeau in Warsaw, Indiana, with a look at this production facility. Morning, Phil.
Carl, there's not much to look at right now.
Right,
this is an old, abandoned printing plant in Warsaw that will soon be building this vehicle right here. This is the Slate EV, and they're planning to begin production next year. If that seems like it's a pretty fast turnaround from prototype to production, it's because this is a different company with a different business plan. So the production of the Slate EV, every single model will be exactly the same. That production is expected to start in the fourth quarter of next year, deliveries by the end of next year. Target price, about $25,000. They haven't given a final price yet, but that's enough to interest people. 100,000 reservations already online for the vehicle. The range is going to be 150 to 240 miles. It's all electric, but that's not the selling point here. It's the customization. Every single one that will come off the assembly line will be exactly the same. You customize it. That helps keep the costs down. And the CEO told me this morning she believes that will also attract buyers.
So we've taken everything out that's not a car.
Including the radio.
We've taken out the radio. You also have manual windows, so we don't have that into the cost of the vehicle. But we've designed the car such that it can be added in later.
You know what else Slate does not have? The momentum of the EV market. It clearly has, this probably is the high watermark in terms of what we're seeing, a percentage of the market. Right now it's about 7.5%, might get as high as 8.5%. But once that EV tax credit goes away at the end of September, most believe that we will see EV sales plateau, perhaps even pull back a little bit. Bottom line is this, guys, they believe that this is a business model that will succeed. Sell a bare bones model at $25,000, charge people extra if they want to wrap it, if they want it in a certain color. They want a radio, you're going to pay a little bit more for that, but the base price, they believe, will attract buyers.
I mean, it would be an interesting model for real estate, too. You go in, you buy, like, there's a roof and there's walls, but you decide whether you're going to have a kitchen or not. I mean, manual windows, that's not something that I've heard for like 30 years. But whatever, you know, like, far be it from me to be a judge on that. What about Tesla, which is the master of the EV universe, at least here, and yet in Europe, we're seeing sales plummeting?
Absolutely. Well, look, they're running into a couple of things. One, it's an old lineup, and people know that it's an old lineup. Therefore, it's not as attractive. We've talked about the reputational issues that clearly has hit Tesla sales and demand, not only in Europe, but we're also seeing it here in the United States. You also see it in China, other markets as well. And the other thing to keep in mind is Europe has become so competitive, guys. Look at what BYD sales were last month. While Tesla was down 40% in Europe, BYD sales tripled. One thing to keep in mind, a lot of that extra sales growth for BYD, it's not just electric. They're big with hybrids. In fact, they sell more hybrids than electric vehicles. That's why you see so many people migrating to BYD right now in Europe.
Really interesting stuff. Hey, Phil, thank you for the great story. Time now for a news update, and Silvana Henao has that for us. Hi, Silvana.
Hey, Contessa, good morning. A federal judge in Miami this morning refused to pause an order that requires the closure of the Alligator Alcatraz Detention Center in the Everglades while the federal government appeals. Last week, the judge ordered the facility closed as a result of a lawsuit filed by environmental groups and a local Indian tribe. The UK, France, and Germany launched a 30-day process today at the UN to reimpose sanctions on Iran over its nuclear program. The three countries said in a statement that they decided to employ the so-called snapback mechanism before they lose the ability to restore sanctions on Iran that were lifted as part of the 2015 nuclear deal. Iran called the move null, void, and devoid of any legal effect. And it's the end of an era in Atlanta. The publisher of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution told the New York Times that the print edition of the paper will stop at the end of the year and will divert all its resources into its digital news operation. The Journal-Constitution, which is now owned by Cox, has published print since 1868, Carl.
Yeah, a lot of discussions about what a print, delivering news by print, what it even means today.
Right.
Silvana, thanks, Silvana. Now, still ahead, NVIDIA tests its skills as international diplomat. What could the resumption of exports to China mean for the business? We're going to discuss it when Money Movers continues.
Crypto Watch is sponsored by Crypto.com.
By Crypto.com. All right, I got something for you. I retweeted one of the propagandas. So anytime I come across propaganda, I'm just going to retweet it and show you propaganda. Because you'll see it. You'll see it. But then there's something else, bro. There's something else. Are you ready for it? I have tinfoil for you. I have a tin. Somebody asked me. I have a good one. Because this one blew my mind. I've just remembered it after spotting some propaganda. This is going to make some of you sad. This is going to make some of you sad. I don't want to tell you it because you might like it. Oh no. Do you know? Oh, I don't want to tell you, bro. All right. Are you ready? I might destroy one of your favorite movies. You will never be able to look at it the same way. It's a movie and a book. I'm about to do. Once I tell you, bro, I could. That's why. So don't listen to it if you don't want. I don't want to destroy a part of our childhood, bro, or our, like, mid-adulthood. Yeah, it's not. No, it's not Jungle Book. You're good, Mosby, Mr. Mosey. No, it's not Pirates of the Caribbean. No, Simba's okay. It's not Lion King. Nah, Harry good. Harry, Hermione got nothing to worry about. Nah, Neo's good too, bro. Neo got nothing on. No. Oh, it's sad, bro. It's sad. All right. The good old movie, Fight Club. Yeah, there it is, JK. Do you guys know? Fight Club. Tyler Durden. One of my favorites, bro. One of my favorites. Fight Club. Tyler Durden. Are you ready for what I am about to tell you? Are you ready? Do you want me to ruin it for you, or would you like leave now if you don't want me to ruin it? If you don't ever want to look back at that movie with, I'm about to Jay-Z it to you, bro. Yeah, it'll be like Jay-Z, you know, because I love Jay-Z, bro. I love Jay-Z's work, but now, I don't even like December 4th anymore. Skip it. Skip the date. I don't even want to. Lucifer down in the morning. No, he was saying it though. Lucifer the whole time. I should have known. So yeah, are you ready? Fight Club. Dude, Fight Club was propaganda. I don't think you realized it. I didn't, because it was such a good movie and it seemed like anti-propaganda. But no, it was propaganda. Fight Club was one of the first propaganda to get you to give up on the whole, like, save, invest, live a, build a life, get a house type dream. Think about it. That was the first propaganda seed of all of it, was Fight Club. The whole time I thought Fight Club was on our side, but no. From that whole movie, the whole book is talking you out of homeownership and talking you out of the whole, it's kind of casting the light on the whole situation. Is all you want to do is own this and yeah, bro, it's propaganda. I never realized it till recently. I know, isn't it sad? Isn't it sad, bro? We have a new baby. I keep thinking that's the reason you keep your hair in there. Yeah, bro. Isn't that crazy? The things you own end up owning you. Dude, it's crazy, bro. I hate it. I hate it, bro. Because I love that movie and I love the book, bro. And I thought the whole time that I was like, yeah, you would think it's about rejecting consumerism, and it is to a degree, but like the whole thing was trying to give you to give up on the whole like middle class dream, the whole working a job is pointless, and that was the first sign of it. I was like, and it had modern popularity books, and it seemed counterculture at the time, but now look at where we are today. That shit was the foundation. I didn't know. Uh-huh. Yeah, now today you'll own nothing and be happy. Yeah, bro. I know, I just broke the first rule of Fight Club. My bad. Mm-hmm. The book. I liked the book. I liked it a lot. That was one of the books I read in school, bro. I was like reading it ahead of everybody. That's how, like, you know, I had a higher reading level as a young child, but it's because I wanted to read shit like this. So, dude, I was a kid. They were all reading little picture books. I was reading Fight Club. Should explain to you how I turned out. And then I had the fucking Jim Cramer book by 14. So, yeah. Defense running. I like Ed Norton, but I only like Ed Norton because he looks like Nick Bowen in the chat. So maybe I just like Nick Bowen. I love Nick Bowen. Nick Bowen, I love you. I don't know if you're here right now, but that man gives me a joy in my heart. He's a very nice person. Then he looks like Ed Norton. That's why. So I see him, I'm like, Ed. But I'm like, no, Nick. And then Nick is way chiller, though. Yeah, I can't imagine Nick curb stomping anybody. You know what I'm saying? Or like burning down a building. So I like Nicky B way better. But yeah, he looks like Ed Norton. Mm-hmm. Let me guess. All the actors from Fight Club have homes. Amen, bro. Amen. You've been told you look like Tobey Maguire recently? No way. I like that. Toby's good. Everybody keeps telling me I look like Martin. They say, you look like Martin. I'm like, what? Like Martin Lawrence? They say, no, Josh, you're not black. I say, oh. I'm like, who? Martin? They say, Martin the Gecko from Geico. I say, oh, okay. Thank you, I guess. All right. So Toby wins. I think Toby's better, man. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Yes, his name is Martin the Gecko. I Googled it. I Googled it for that joke. I did. Yeah, his name is Martin the Gecko. I know. You learn something new. I love Martin Lawrence. Mm-hmm. My mom wouldn't let us watch Martin, though. You know that? We weren't allowed to watch Martin for some reason. So, because we only had basic cable. So we only had like certain channels in the morning, and like Martin would come on, but we were allowed to watch everything else. I was allowed to watch the Steve Harvey show. We were able to watch the Martin Bros or the Wayans Bros, all of it. But Martin, my mom was not down with Martin. But I watched it because we weren't allowed to. I was like, why can't I watch it? I want to see. Yeah, my mom didn't like Martin. Fresh Prince. Oh, dude, my mom loves Fresh Prince. You know that? That's like one of the shows you could like tell my mom and dad, and they're foreign as fuck, bro. But they love Fresh Prince. Uh-huh. I got Blue Streak for Christmas, though. My mom likes Martin the actor. She wouldn't let us watch, like, Martin Lawrence. We weren't allowed to watch the show Martin. I don't know. I think she probably just saw like a kissing scene or something. Haram, haram. Look, they try to sell you sex. Look how early they want you to make a sex. So early. Like, she wasn't wrong, though. You know, I think she overreacted, but when I look back at it, I'm like, you know, they were all ditties. They were. Mm-hmm. Oh, I had language, too. I think I've watched the movie Blue Streak like 35 times. Because I had the DVD. And then I had no cable. I don't think you guys understand. And then you get mad that I repeat Uncle music all day. You just don't understand. We make do, bro. We make do with what we have. The ship. Oh, Habibi. Inta عارف ship. يا ولد. Oh, yeah, he was in... Dude, I didn't even realize Chappelle was in that. Yeah. Oh, shit. That's crazy. Yeah, I think he is. Dude, no way. I didn't realize that. Dude, this movie came out in 1999? Whoa. Yeah, the rift out. Do the move. Dude, that was 1999. Oh, dude, fuck that. We're so old. Oh, dude, are you kidding me? That's 1999? Wow. I swear that was like 04 or something. Give me like 5 more years, man. Mm-hmm. Dude, I can't, you know, is this weird that I can't wait to show off my bald spot to the Chads that are going to see me this weekend? Is that weird? It's not weird because they don't believe me. And everybody thinks I'm going to be like a 6'8" Greek god, like lending tips. And I can only assure you that's not going to happen. But I look forward to showing you my bald spot because you guys aren't going to believe the hairline. Pause? Nothing to pause about. You should have paused at the whole, let's go see the random guy on the internet who doesn't show his face. That's more of like, yo, I had to say that to someone yesterday because he asked me, he was like, my mom is a little concerned and all of this, and how do I, and I said, listen, brother, it's not concerning that you're going to be there. What's concerning is that you were willing to spend $300. You've never seen the guy, don't even know his name, are willing to travel and do all of this to get in that position, and then it's weird. So I was like, bro, and the guy says it's a cult and all of it. So I was like, bro, we're way past. You should have paused it a long time ago. You know, if you're pausing it right now on anything I say or do, I think that's a mistake because you should have done it earlier. So yeah, I had to explain that. I like the calls, bro. I should have recorded them so that I could put it into the show, but I think I'm just going to we'll redo it in person when I have them on camera because I was really real with these calls, bro. So like another one, I asked him, he had a long term and it was good. KDP Disney partnership? What? I don't even know. Usually the partnerships could be good, but that just seems so weird. Eyes on it, though. Yeah, I don't see. I see Vinci. But yeah, so everybody, I told them if the situation was weird. I looked at everyone's situation. It wasn't weird. I just told you. I kept it real with you. You know, this is the whole going across the country to see a random person is insane. The fact that I'm letting you even come is insane. So that's why I think it's a really cool thing, but it's insane. You got to be aware of it. That's why I'm taking all of the precautions that I am. But I was telling them, was one of them, I didn't like this, and I told them. They have a long term, but the long term was small. So I said, why are you going to spend money to come here if the long term isn't built? Like, why spend money to chill if you could put that money towards the goal? So I said my piece. If you signed up, you followed instructions, I gave everybody an offer. That's what you'll see when we'll talk about it. Everybody got an offer that I was able to. I haven't called one person yet though, but now if I might not be able to, because after yesterday and I told you guys what happened, the people I called today were more prepared. They knew. So, but we've got all of them done now for now, except one. I got your mom to chat on YouTube? What? User IP? What? No. How do I do? Where? Wait, hold on. How come I don't see it? Intel, we are concerned about hitting CHIPS Act milestones. Says there's certain concerns whether we would hit any of the milestones, referring to the CHIPS Act. Deutsche Bank conference. Oh, they're at an event right now. Dude, I did not see Nikki B's mom. That's amazing. He's my son? Oh, dude. Miss Bowen, thank you so much. You know that, Mama B? You have no... I'm telling you. That's why I didn't even know you were here, Mama B. That's why I'm like, bro, I really love your son. Like, not in a... and I look forward to him getting married to the lovely lady he is with. I don't love him like that, okay? I know we live in California, but still. But my goodness, he is such a good man. You know that? And that's good work. Good work. I always used to say, if your mama raised you well, we could clearly tell. And that right there. I love it, bro. Mama. Manjaro to be discounted in UK price and pharmacies. Let me put up Intel. That's hype, bro. You didn't got my mom to comment. What? Tesla teases major launch. Intel has received $5 billion in unpaid grants from CHIPS Act that's being converted to government stake. Yeah, you guys want to listen? Intel's at a conference right now. First name, Donald Boo Trump. Donald Boo Trump. Donald Boo Trump. Company, Intel of the United States. Or no, the United States of Intel. The United States of Intel Inc. You gotta incorporate it. Email djt@truthsocial.com. Okay, we're in.
For them, or maybe in concert with them, useful for others.
That worked.
And
those credentials worked.
The conversation evolved to, hey, we might be interested in making an equity stake, and ultimately, as we kind of work on the development of the relationship, the SoftBank wanted to somewhat fast track the investment. And as I said, we were looking to put some cash on the balance sheet. So it was a good,
So SoftBank wanted to fast track it. So did Josh. Timeline.
A good quantum of capital, a good slug of capital in one fell swoop with kind of a quality investor. So I think we'll continue to have conversations with them about how we can partner and do things together that can be beneficial to both companies.
Is this likely to be the end of these sorts of capital raising efforts now that you've
good
gotten
question.
whatever it is, $7-8 billion, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, this was a great quarter for us in terms of cash raise because we sold almost $1 billion worth of Mobileye. We're within a couple of weeks of closing Altera.
Yeah, they are going to have a bunch of cash for next quarter.
From SoftBank and the $5.7 billion we just got from the U.S. government. So
yeah, dude, they're going to have like $20 billion cash on hand.
I feel pretty good about where the balance sheet sits.
When I think about it,
as you know,
Altera and the other unit
now, so we had about $3.8 billion of bonds maturing this year. Some of it we kind of left the debt outstanding effectively by kind of converting it to commercial paper, but ultimately by the end of the year we'll be down $3.8 billion in debt, and our intention is
paying down debt
with the debt maturing in 26. So
they still have too much. $3 billion is nothing.
I think we're
compared to what they did over the last 2 decades.
This is an expensive business, obviously, and depending how successful the foundry is, there may be some capital needs as we kind of plan out our capacity build out over time. I wouldn't think it happens until we have pretty significant demand on 14A, and then as we talked about, there's likely going to be some opportunity for outside investors in foundry, and that will probably be our second opportunity to raise cash to fund the growth on the foundry side.
Earlier this year, you and I talked about the fact that oftentimes you need a financial investor to set the value of a subsegment of your company before a strategic investor would come in. Has that already occurred with these two separate investments that we already discussed? I know it's in the company as a whole, not just the foundry side. Or would we still have to have the kind of precursor be a financial before a strategic potential customer would put money into the foundry side?
This is in the foundry?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we're open to both ways. Depends on the strategic and how comfortable they are at determining their own valuation for the business and whether that is relatively aligned with how we view the value of the business. Assuming that's the case, then the likelihood is we would take a strategic investor without financial. But we constantly talk to various firms out there about their level of interest on the foundry side, and so I wouldn't dismiss the possibility that we might take investment from financial sponsors as well. Now, I would just tell you we're probably a long way off from either of those things. We've got a lot of work to do to get the foundry business to a level where we feel confident it can operate somewhat quasi-autonomously, and first we've got to get through 14A evaluation with customers. We've got to ramp our 18A successfully, which we're in the process of doing. We get through those things, I think there may be an opportunity at some point to take some outside money into foundry, but I think we're years away from that.
Oh, shit, was I muted?
Let's pivot over
I'm going to go to the
the
bathroom real
technology
quick, but
side
did you
of
guys hear what I said about
we'll get to
2026?
in a minute, but
Anytime they say anything
success in
takes a long
ramping
time,
18A
that's not good.
prerequisite
We
for
want the
14A
timeline.
working,
They have
or are
good
they
things in the
different enough
pipeline,
that
but if
they're
it's
not
going to
completely
materialize
different?
next year, that's
No, I mean,
the
we're
shit that
taking all
sucks.
the learnings of how, obviously this was elongated in terms of our improvement.
So I like what he's saying and what he's talking about, but
yield stabilized.
Think about it. If they're like, yeah, they're talking strategic partners. That was really good. You could even insinuate some NVIDIA shit, but if they keep pushing and not being as confident, it's just that timeline. You don't want. I want to speed up the timeline because of the government, but
there are differences.
let's see if they keep guiding or keep going slow.
It was a process that
yeah, Delta and airlines are moving. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'll BRB and Bobo
to make it a foundry node. Whereas 14A from the ground up was always built to be a foundry node. So the maturity of the PDKs is completely different in 14A. Just our level of rigor around the ecosystem is completely different versus 18A. So it's already out of the gate looking better than where we were on 18A at the same time. But we'll port learnings. I mean, with every one of these processes, you learn a bunch of things in the previous processes that you take into the new one to help improve defect density and improve performance.
And Panther Lake still on time?
Still on track. Yeah, things are looking good. Our first SKU will be out by the end of this year, and then we'll have more SKUs in the first half of 26, and you'll really start to see the volume ramp as we kind of migrate through 2026.
And then the 14A side, on last quarter's 10Q, you guys put in a risk statement, which we were joking last night nobody ever reads, but this one actually was worth reading because you scared the pants off everyone.
Yeah.
So you basically said, 14A, you need external customers, otherwise the return isn't there, and Lip-Bu kind of summarized that even on the call.
Yeah.
What led to that risk factor being, for the first time, inserted in your documents?
Yeah, I mean, look, the lawyers are always looking for areas where we should be, elaborating in terms of our risks. And our risk, the one thing about the SEC filings is you put all the risk, potential corner case risk factors that could materialize. You don't put any of the mitigating factors. You don't put any of the things that might be upsides that might happen. I mean, that's just the nature of an SEC document. So it's important not to read too much into a risk factor. We're constantly reviewing them and updating them. And pretty much every risk factor you read in there sounds horrible if it were ever to happen. So, it was interesting that this one got so much attention because a lot of them would be bad if they materialized. But I think, more than anything, Lip-Bu wants to, he wants to execute on 18A, he wants to execute on 14A, but he wants to maintain financial discipline while he's doing that. And that's, something as he came in to be CEO, he, really emphasized to the team. And so what we're trying to communicate is that the philosophy around why we're getting into the foundry business, there's opportunity there. We think it's value creating for shareholders as well. But, the volumes required at these new nodes in terms of the spending level, it's hard to get an ROI unless you've got more volume than we have. And we were able to do it with 18A. I think it'll turn out to be a good node for us from an ROI perspective without foundry customers. I do think that we have an opportunity in the second wave to get foundry customers into 18A, but 14A is different. There's enough expense associated with 14A, investment associated with 14A, and the volumes for us, we are going to have to really emphasize 18A, and we're going to be able to do that with the tile structure, such that that by the time we're ramping up volumes in 14A on our own, is not going to be enough to drive an appropriate ROI for shareholders to make that investment. So we do need customers outside of our own products business to drive volume through that.
Yeah, they never sound optimistic. Well, that's what I'm saying. One day they will, but
the right ROI. And
the more I hear them, they love that next year timeline.
So they understand what we're trying to do.
But he's talking again, demand. They said they just need demand.
We have firm commitments from customers.
They mentioned that there with, what are you saying, with 18A?
18A, and that we will get the
You're saying because how much Pat was spending, it's not like it was a bad problem. You just need a lot of demand
every day
to match that investment. But then he over-invested without that much demand. Exactly. Just no customers. That's it. It's not like, doesn't change their, that's why I like Intel, but I don't like them. I don't like the management, but their manufacturing is literally insane, but they just don't have the demand there, and then they spend a lot on it. And Pat made a big investment that just did not pan out well.
To get the right return.
I think they need a whole entire new board.
Talked about it so proactively on the call that
they're just all old, bro, and they're all like
10Q and
just.
I know all the
I think they're liberals living in La La Land, and all of the good talent went somewhere else.
I've heard people think that, or kind of posit the idea that you could scare potential customers away, or you could kind of get them off the sidelines, that they have to step up now if they ever want to, otherwise they're going to deal with the monopoly. Which one ended up happening?
Well, I'd say it this way. I'd say, I think customers, for a couple of reasons, will get real value out of us as a foundry. Number one, it helps diversify their supply chain, which is obviously helpful. But more importantly, it's always good to have multiple suppliers to help on the pricing side. And, every customer or every supplier brings something unique, obviously, to the table. And, I think that will be the case for us with 14A. And there will be opportunities where that is the differentiated technology that certain customers will require. And so, that's how they'll make the evaluation. And that, to me, is how we'll win the business. On top of that, they obviously have to get comfortable that our process is a good process, and we're in the early stages with customers, working with them on the data. We didn't announce when we expect a 0.5 PDK, but it's coming in the not too distant future. That will be a key milestone for customers to evaluate our technology. And so to me, I don't think anything in our risk factor is really driving customers one way or the other. It's what we're doing on the field in terms of supplying them a technology that they need at a price that works for them, that will ultimately determine whether we're successful there with customers.
On the 18A side of things, the way you guys structured the technology was very kind of high-performance compute friendly and a little less kind of mobile friendly. Does the same thing apply to 14A? And I know there's different flavors of 18A, but just kind of at the highest of levels.
Yeah, look, I think, with backside power in our solution, it definitely gives certain customers an advantage, and that generally is in the high-performance compute. So that is the area that we're, generally targeting. That said, I think the mobile or handset area is an opportunity for us. And we're not going to win every customer, obviously, and obviously, the incumbent is a machine in terms of their ability to execute. So, what we're looking for are just we don't need a ton of volume from customers, and most of them have some form of high-performance compute in their portfolio that could be a pretty interesting opportunity for us to win. But I wouldn't dismiss handsets. There could very well be opportunities in the handset space to win as well.
So if 14A customers are going to happen, and they'll probably not be named by you, but if you were to win a foundry customer for 14A, what is the timeline necessary as you try to balance the ROI and the investments and all those sorts of things?
Yeah, I think next year is going to be an interesting year for us. We'll see whether we get to a point where we have the ability to announce a win. Lip-Bu has been also, and when he came in, he emphasized this. He's not declaring a customer win until it's a customer win with a real commitment and signature behind it. So all the pipeline stuff, obviously we track internally, but we're not declaring anything until we've got somebody signed on the dotted line. I expect next year will be a good year to evaluate us. But if we don't win a big customer next year, I don't think that takes us out of the window of opportunities for 14A. I think 27 we could win customers as well, and that still would get us a good business on 14A.
So whether it's an external customer or an internal Intel ramp on 14A, is the time frame kind of 28, 29, 30?
Yeah, I think most those in the foundry space competing at that node are generally talking about this as a 28, 29 type introduction. Obviously, the expectation would be it would last a fairly long time after that, but that kind of very late in the decade is probably when you'll start to see volume at the leading edge customers.
Gotcha. Why don't we talk a little bit about the product roadmap side of things? So much of what we discussed so far has been on the Intel Foundry side, but if we pivot over to the product side of things, talk about between notebook, desktop, and server, where you think the product line is strong or needs some work, and what are you guys doing to address it?
Yeah, I think on notebook we're in pretty good shape. We're now in the process. Meteor Lake was our product year. We introduced Lunar Lake this year. It's in the process of gaining adoption. We're expecting this quarter to be a pretty good quarter for Lunar Lake. So notebook, I think, is good, solid. Share is solid. As you know, we kind of fumbled the football on the desktop side, particularly the high-performance desktop side. So we're, as you kind of look at share on a dollar basis versus a unit basis, we don't perform as well, and it's mostly because of this high-end desktop business that we didn't have a good offering this year. But Nova Lake, which is the next product, is a more complete set of SKUs. It does address the high-end desktop market, and so we would expect that.
Listen, the more you guys listen to this,
next year. So
the more you're gonna realize I should have been the CEO.
Flawlessly, but
y'all thought it was a joke.
Pretty well. And,
they needed me to
that's
bring
our
life
business
to this
generate
company,
good,
bro.
Good drive good cash flow and funds for the
This
rest
is
of the
painful,
business.
bro.
On the data center
That's
side,
why I told. I was like 2026,
it's pretty
man.
mixed.
These guys.
We are continuing
Oh, dude,
to
these
bring out
guys.
products that do perform better
They
than the
need
prior
something.
product.
The
But we're
rhythm
still
needs
not
to
there
be
relative to
disrupted with this company,
competition.
bro. It's not
we're
a bad
really
company.
Performing well
I don't know
in
what
areas
these
where
guys
there's
are
single
doing,
threaded
bro. Too
solution.
comfortable.
We're
I think they're too
performing
comfortable.
well in what they call the head node, which is the CPU that runs alongside the GPU. So those areas are bright spots, but collectively across the entire data center, we still have more work to do to get products that are really performant across the spectrum. And,
I know,
are
bro.
meeting our
I don't want to
customers'
do Intel anymore.
expectations.
I did at the time, but
we were already on a path towards doing that.
the
I
Lord
would
has
say,
provided.
as Lip-Bu has come in, he has really rolled up his sleeves and torn apart that strategy and looked at the roadmap. And there were pockets, there were gaps, quite honestly, in that roadmap that we were allowing that Lip-Bu's not going to allow. And so, particularly around multi-threading. And so, we will be adjusting the roadmap to make sure that we are listening to customers and delivering products that customers want and need. That takes a bit of time. I think we'll make some incremental improvement over the course of the next couple of years, but it's going to be a multi-year process to get the portfolio to be really where we want it to be.
Is Diamond Rapids something that you hope closes the gap, is better than Granite, but it doesn't get you to?
It doesn't get us quite there. It does in certain cases. The performance is actually better, but in other cases it's not. And so we've got more work to do to finally get to a place, and it's really not. I think Lip-Bu actually named the product in some forum, but Coral Rapids is the next product, and that's our real opportunity, I think, to begin to take a really good step forward.
And if we think across those products, just to kind of blend the product and the foundry side, talk a little bit about the external to internalization of where those are produced. From you talked about Panther versus Lunar, and then Nova, and then the same thing on Diamond versus Granite, et cetera.
Yeah. So obviously Panther Lake, that's an 18A process. A lot of wafers coming back for that. Generally speaking, our data center products are done internally to help support foundry. But the great thing about
someone took a 20% stake in Alpha Bank, but I don't think it's public.
Moving more and more.
I'm looking. Financials are going. AXP, credit cards, banks as well. You're near the higher point of the day.
Our Intel Foundry business.
Still within the opening candle, though, sadly.
Combination of price and performance, but in other cases, external foundry will be the right balance. I think the foundry business has a great opportunity to continue to grow the wafers as they move to 18A and 14A. Prices get better, margins get better. They're really in a good place. But we do want products to have flexibility to pick the right silicon for what architecture they need. And so, likely, for sure, the majority of our
to help us discuss silicon,
on the product side,
we have hired Sydney Sweeney. Take it away. Y'all missing the opportunities, Intel. Not this boring ass shit in the hottest industry in the world right
Talk
now.
a little bit about the capex side of things.
You know what I'm saying?
You guys, I think, have alluded to
This is
next year will
crazy.
come down year over year. I know there's a gross versus a net dynamic to think about. Now we have change in what were grants from the government, and now equity investments that you won't get next year. Just talk a little bit about how you're thinking of capex and kind of where is the normalized level Intel can operate on whichever one you want, gross or net.
Yeah, mostly looking at it on a gross basis. I think where we are here in this roughly kind of $18 billion level is I think a pretty good level for the next few years. We have the advantage at this point of we spent a lot in prior years, and we built up what we call our assets under construction, work in progress capex that we're digesting now. So that's enabling us to deploy more capital than the $18 billion on an annual basis, but not spend more than $18 billion because we can leverage what we've already purchased. And Naga and Lip-Bu have been pushing on reuse too, and I don't think we did a particularly good job on reuse. We can do better, and so they're really forcing the organization.
Bro,
to not dispose
they could
of
do
equipment,
anything.
And
they're
sell
just
it to the
all
cities on the
old
dollar,
liberals.
but reuse it in the process.
Like, dude, I was
rather than
being
going,
nice to Michelle Holenhouse. She's an idiot.
on equipment side, and that's also helping us keep the.
This lady gets $10 billion from the
lastly,
government and says, thanks,
just in
administration.
general,
She
we-
can't even say
we
the
were kind of
words
out of
Trump
benchmark with,
without
we
turning
bought
into
equipment
salt.
and brought it
Are you
in
kidding me?
And worked our way to
The
get
lady
it
has not,
perfect.
dude. The CFO, she'll get 1,000 views. They don't want to try anything new. They don't want to try no excitement. They just want to cash the checks, collect, and lose, and just lose. No, I don't want to say Trump. I can't say Trump. Oh, we're good.
And squeezing that.
So yeah,
time period
I can't.
A big measure for
That's
us.
what I'm saying. All you got to do is replace him. That's
We
it.
still think though that
Everything
next
is
year
there.
We can bring the capex.
It's a beautiful
in a
home.
bit.
Terrible
You know, I
tenants.
said the question got asked in the call was around maintenance capital, and then that question kind of came in and somewhat, I think, confused the conversation a bit. I think we'll be down in capex, but I don't think it's going to go to $9 billion or anything close to $9 billion.
It just
It's
sounds
gonna
like a
be
rich
somewhere
prison.
in the teens.
How they sound, how they
couple of
behave.
$1 billion below.
It's a
is
rich
probably the
prison.
best we could
That's
probably
it.
pull off. And then after that, I think it's normalized to this kind of roughly in this high teens level.
He's
for a
giving
couple years.
guide
And then
numbers, but
we
still.
see what we need in terms of equipping out 14A. We will have a high class problem if we do win.
If we do
a
win.
significant slug of the foundry wafers on 14A, because that we will have to invest for that, and that's likely to push the capex back up. But I think hopefully,
Yeah, saying
we are
capex going
making
lower.
good amount of progress on the product side in terms of improving.
TLT
revenue
is going up
margins
too,
there,
and SPY.
that, should generate cash flow, which should help support those capex investments.
Let's talk about gross margin a little bit. You guys have kind of been around the 40 mark, plus or minus. You have a target that's significantly above that, but we can talk about how you get there in a bit. In the nearer term, say the next year or two, what are the pluses and minuses to
Listen to
getting
this.
above
It's going to
the
move
40,
it.
or you guys trying to fix
The
so many
capex already
things at
gave you,
once
what,
that
30 cents?
operating at this level, is not your goal,
10?
Yeah.
but you're kind of fine with it because there's bigger things to address.
Yeah, no, we definitely want to get back to a four handle. I mean, obviously we've quoted much higher numbers for our model, and by the way, a good running business should be more in those model numbers. But we've got a lot of work to do in the near term to get the business up above 40%. I think on the foundry side, we're in pretty good shape. Like I said, 18A and 14A have very good cost structures relative to older nodes. The pricing is better. They enjoy that.
Yeah, it does suck. The government has to vote with the board, but I think you could still bully them out.
That price as well. So they should be on a steady path to improving both gross and operating margins as we go into 26 and beyond. So I see that as a pretty good tailwind. I think on the products business, we've got to get our portfolio to a place where we're getting the right ASP really, and that will be the single biggest, I think, driver of gross margins on the products business is to bring out. So Nova Lake in the client side, great opportunity for us as we progress from Diamond Rapids to Coral Rapids and so forth. Great opportunity for us to command better pricing as we deliver more per watt to our customers. But we still have a lot of work to do on the cost side too, quite honestly, and that's a lot more in our control in the near term, is to kind of chip away at our costs. Some of it takes longer, like for example, how much silicon is being used in the design. I don't think we were very efficient in terms of how we used silicon. But packaging, we've tended not to be as focused as we should be in terms of our use of advanced packaging. We rarely focused on test times in the past. That's become a real focus of the products business. They spent a lot in terms of samples. Of course, you want to give samples, but I don't think they were really paying attention to how much they were giving away in terms of sample activity. They've kind of looked at that and tried to be more efficient around that. And then lastly, just the throwaway cost, of inventory reserves. We've had a lot of inventory reserves over the last couple of years, and we can do a lot better. So I think there's a lot of opportunity over the next 12 to 18 months to improve gross margins on the product side. It might not come in the first few quarters, but I do expect that to be a tailwind. And then, obviously, as I said, foundry should start to see margins improve next year, which will help as well.
So all else being equal, should be, knock on wood, past the trough in gross margin?
I would think so, yeah.
So in the last minute or so we have left, I just want to wrap things up with, Lip-Bu coming back. Was on the board for a period, left, and now came back. You staying at Intel. Both of you guys are industry veterans, highly respected. You're not taking on an easy job turning around the company, but clearly you see something that keeps you excited about it. So why don't you just summarize, in a minute, literally, that we have left, what's the vision you guys have?
Don't answer anything in a minute, Ross.
Yeah, where Intel could be.
Yeah, look, I think, there's a vision out there. We get this foundry business to be successful. A successful foundry business can trade at multiples of net book value, one measure of it. We have a lot of net book value in our foundry business. So there's a real opportunity, and I think we're getting virtually nothing for it at this point in terms of our valuation. So there's a great opportunity to create shareholder value through making this successful. It's going to take some time, as I talked about, but I see the opportunity. And with Lip-Bu coming in and the talent he's recruiting, I feel really good about the opportunities there. On the products business, this is just blocking and tackling. We've just got to do better in terms of executing on the product portfolio. We've got to listen to customers more, and we've got to be disciplined around our cost structure. We do those things.
I think you guys need to listen to the other half of America.
Where we are. So that's the thesis, and I'm excited for it.
I don't know, man. Try hiring somebody under the age of 60. That would be nice.
That we have a real opportunity to drive some significant shareholder value.
Zuckerberg met with Trump at White House last week.
Perfect. Well, Dave, we truly appreciate you coming down to the DB Tech Conference and spending some time with us. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for having me
up there.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. All right. So that wasn't exciting. It actually kind of sucked. As always with Intel. So again, why it sucked, because even with the government stuff, we're going to see he had the opportunity to talk the investments and other capital partners, and he did, but he really just said, he didn't give any clarity on it and said maybe down the line, and, everything. This is the game they've been playing. That's why, the only thing that sped up my timeline was Donald Trump. Apparently that sped up SoftBank's timeline too. But other than that, yeah, they don't seem to have the same attitude about it. And that's good. Like I'm saying, maybe they're cautious. That's the only good I see in it. But if it's not them sandbagging, it's terrible. You get what I'm saying? If this isn't a sandbag, if this isn't them playing the low expectation game, then this is just terrible. Fed Lisa Cook sets hearing for Friday, the judge. All right. I think they should have something up their sleeve. If it's not a big strategic partner in demand, it's going to be another big investment. But then again, that's not, they need when. And if that's not going to lead it into, actually getting these foundries pumping dough, that's it. Because again, it's a cash cow if it works. Believe me, that's the general idea. But yeah, they're not working. High cost, not as much money in, but if they get money in, that's why it popped a little bit. They've already spent enough money where maybe we could get some dough on the back end, but yeah, you do need that demand in there. Otherwise, it's like other investments and strategic partners. Strategic partners can bring the demand in. Qubit and IonQ going up, but not bad. Did y'all do push-ups? I didn't do push-ups. I did the first one, but it's not. Yeah, we should do a push-up though. I should have played it. Should have done the push-ups while I was playing that. Samsung deal, if it led to high demand. Oh, dude, in Reddit, can I go on a rant right now? I'm just kidding. I was gonna do it anyways, but here's the deal. Reddit is trash. Not the stock. Actually, the numbers kind of impress me as a company. But, dude, the people on Reddit, man, let me just put it this way. And I think I could say this with, like, I don't know, with confidence. Oh, did I not save it? Oh, I wanted to show you. Let me see. Yeah. No, I could say this with confidence. That I think this is the trap with Reddit. Is that if you want to like look up an experience or like you have a certain question, Reddit could be really good. You know what I'm saying? Like you look something up, somebody 10 years ago, they had the same question you did. There's a Reddit, right? I think that's useful. I think there's some information on Reddit where it's a useful platform. You know what I'm saying? Like it's actually there. But I think an extensive time on Reddit in certain communities is probably one of the most unhealthy things you could do in the modern world right now. It's actually insane. You don't, okay, let me show you. IREN speculating cloud partner for NVIDIA. This one had the buyout stuff too, not too long ago. There's been a lot of speculation with this one. Partnership, it has had, I don't know, where's the other one? It was Rich Robotics and then another one. Oh wow, they just cut me off YouTube for that. That's funny. I got a little disconnect on that. My bad, Reddit. Yeah, you fucking weirdos. Yeah, that's what that's the scam about Reddit, because it's useful. That's how you get trapped into it. Because if you use it like I have a question and then you look it up and it was answered 10 years ago, it's beautiful actually. It's very useful. That's why I think it's so confusing, because it's not totally useless. Reddit is a good place for some things. That's why it's odd. But I'm telling you, bro, the shit I've done this a lot already, but even after yesterday, this is crazy. Are you ready for this one? Did you see the do you know what happened yesterday with the shooting? So if you don't know what happened at the shooting, a man or a woman, it was a transgender shooter. They went to a Catholic school and had a really thought out plan to shoot a bunch of children at a Christian school or a Catholic school or church or whatever it was. If you went on Reddit and posted about the shooter or any of the information, and if you even mentioned the sexual orientation, you would get banned. And then here are the comments. Oh, I can't zoom in on it. Here. These are just some of the ones circulating. Just saying more dead Christians. Which one? Where was it? I hope the guns are okay. Future religious extremists dying isn't a bad thing. Dog. So like I told you, man, I said it the other day. It's not really related to Reddit, but I love everybody. I really do. But I told you this shit's dark. It leads to death of themselves and other people. I told you this a week ago. I went on a full rant, bro. I love everybody. I love the people I love that person. I know it may be hard for some of you to believe, but like I'm telling you, it's very demonic. And I'm not with it, bro. I'm really, really not. And I think some of y'all, you got to decide where you stand. That's what because I don't think you stand with it either. But I don't think you agree with me on everything else, which is fine. But, dude, it's dark. No, but it's just weird. The shit on Reddit that has allowed that too, and I'm sure in those comments, like I'm saying, I don't want to cancel Reddit. I don't like cancel culture in either direction. Like I said, Reddit's useful in many ways. But I just think some of you need to realize it's very unhealthy if you're spending time on there. And after some degree, man, there's a lot of the conversations get really dark, and they have no problem talking about actually hurting people, and they do. And that's why I'm like, come on, guys. And it's okay in the sense of you have nothing to fear, but I just don't think that's a healthy habit. As we were just talking about habits and other scheduling. He was, I know, and that's what I'm saying though. It's not, I'm worried about the people who do that to themselves, but as you see in that scenario too, other young children and other people were targeted. And that's what I'm saying. It just leads to death. That's all. Choose life. That's what I've been saying. Yeah, Netflix a little bit, but really it was Amazon and Apple first. At this point, just see if, and Meta, it's really all big tech and Google. Hold on. NVIDIA is the only one. So if NVIDIA bounces, you're going to really rip. Nasdaq's up 0.5%. Then if NVIDIA goes down, you may not drop too much if all of it, because every other Mag 7 is green except Tesla. Oh, way. We are at 65. Yeah, remember, we hit that this morning, came down 20 points, 30 points, and then now you're right back up. Again, it's every Mag 7 except for NVDA. But, yeah, you're 5 points away from 6,500. Yeah, I agree. I think if you use it for very specific purposes, it's very good. But terrible to spend hours on there. Yeah, I mean, dude, this isn't the first time I've seen this. It's actually getting ridiculous. That's why I'm like, Reddit, I said it months ago. I was like, dude, Reddit is I don't know, it's a breeding ground for some really extreme shit, dude. And I'm very surprised. That's why I'm like, it's very popular. And their numbers have impressed me as a company financially. But I'm like, at what point does that become a risk? Straight up, bro. That place has been the home of a lot of extremism and some other stuff. Like I'm saying, I don't advocate censoring it in that sense. I'm not trying. That's not what I'm just saying though. It's like, dude, this is the home of it, bro. This is the training ground of it. Like I said, man, I started, there is good on Reddit. You use Reddit specifically, it's a great forum. I've never been against it. That's why I'm saying I used it. We all use Reddit, especially if you've been on the internet for a long time. But that's why I'm just saying it's in the very short period, the last couple years, it has been responsible, or a lot of stuff is backtracking to extreme shit there. And it's not all of Reddit. It's just these little pockets, and it's a training ground, and it's borderline a safe space for extremism. Just think about that. SOGP. All that matters is, like I'm saying, the thing I see now is NVDA. If it runs up, you're going to rip. And then if NVDA goes down, you'll be back at VWAP. And then it just depends on the other 6 or 5. Yeah, Lisa Cook. Oh, wait, tomorrow is Friday. Wow! That's crazy. You guys are flying in tomorrow. Some of you. Oh, man. I need to go get the steaks today. I gotta go get the steaks. I gotta get truffle. You know that? That's what I realized. So after yesterday's conversation, some of you were prepared about the steak question. But then I was like, come on, bro. I know you listened to the call today. So I was like, is there nothing you've heard me try or nothing you've heard me talk about you've never tried? Because I told him, I was like, dude, I didn't have truffle till I was older. I was in like my late 20s when I first tried a truffle, like a real good truffle. That's why. So he said truffle, and I realized some of them haven't tried truffle. I'm gonna see if I could get my girl to make it. You know, she got the job and shit. She been busy, but bro, I'm gonna see if I could get you some homemade, straight from Europe imported, some dope ass truffle shit, dog. You'll see. But I'm gonna definitely scoop up some truffle for y'all. I do it exactly. I thought truffle was chocolate, dude, until I was in my late 20s. Oh my gosh, praise God, you know. Yeah, bro, I was like, why would anybody eat chocolate? I said, that sounds disgusting. I was like, why would you want chocolate on your burger? That's disgusting. What do you mean chocolate rice? It's disgusting. Like, dude, what do you say? That's nasty, bro. TPG on the low, dying. Kind of. It looks way bigger, but I don't know if my thing's lagging. 0.5%. 0.3. It's not overrated. It's good to try. It's a really unique flavor. You'll either love it or you'll hate it. That's what. But it's good. It's unique. You don't really. Your palate hasn't really had anything like it. That's why when you first try it, it stands out. But I like it a lot. Now there was Snowflake and PSTG. Those still held up, actually. And then UU finally going up. That one lagged the other day. Who was it? Crowd. Yeah, that one actually held up pretty decent, but that one didn't move as much as the hype. And then Corning on the hype. Oh, bone marrow, the butter of the... I love bone marrow, too. No, truffle, you have to... It's in the ground. And a pig finds it. A pig sniffs it out, and then you dig it up. It's really good. It's really, really good. But yeah, I'm gonna get y'all some truffle. Service Now. That was the other one. No, that's the one. No, I feel like I'm missing one more. There was Crowd, Pure Storage, and then the other one. Not MDB. I think I got them all. Have I ever grown a mushroom? No, man. I've had mushrooms unwantingly grow. So that's what happened. Last time I gave a bunch of stock traders a house and I let them use it, by the end of it, there was mushrooms growing in the floor. That's how fucked up it was. So yeah, but I didn't grow it myself. I've never. Snow, that's the one, brother. Thank you. Yeah, that's the other one. Snowflake. Yes, that's the one I didn't. That's the one. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's why I told everybody that I called. Like, you guys know I've done this before. I just did it a long time ago. I bought a house and give it to people. So I've done it a lot. I don't tell you guys everything because I want my blessing in heaven. And some of y'all will try to tempt me and force me. But so I do a lot of other stuff. But at the end of the day, it is I've done it, but I've tried it. That's why we're running such a tight ship with it. Because I don't want to repeat the mistakes. Now, yeah, they all did good. And then DG, that one still held up on it. It's barely moving, but we just got a great dip buy on it. That happened to a girl, you know? Yeah, it could happen. Nike laying off 1% of corporate team and restructuring. Yeah, Nike's kind of going up on that. Or am I getting filet mignon? I am, if you want it. But I think everybody wanted a ribeye. And then the other homie hasn't really tried. He doesn't know his steak. So I was just going to get kind of one of everything. And then we'll go from there. And then, I forget, we still need to clean off the grill, though. That I didn't have done yet. The grill has not been cleaned. So, yeah, we got to work on that. Otherwise, I got a brand new fire pit. If y'all want to just roast it on that, but I don't know if that's sanitary. Yeah, Nike's going up, cutting 1% of corporate staff. New York strip is the best, most protein. That's why I like it. It's good. It's kind of like a ribeye, but not really. But then you get good protein. It's the perfect mix. Joby again, LEU. Nike's still kind of moving it slow, and then Corning. But yeah, bro, you guys know you're near a level. So at 6,500, it's either going to start moving like 7-10 points at a time or not. So, or we're just going to stop here, kind of like it did. But you already did it, came down, and came back up. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. And a lot of it being driven by your boy, NVDA. Hokas? Do you genuinely not know the answer? I feel like you've heard it before. I'm guessing. The way you framed it. So I think you've been around, bro. Like I said, I warned you on this yesterday. Please just ask your questions. Don't put fake background with it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. It's a lot of I could just tell when I read the questions, man. I've done this for a long time. I don't want proof. I just want you to listen, man. That's all. That's it. So the next question you ask, where it sounds like you're a old guy doing that again, and I know you've listened. That's why, if you've lurked. So please stop asking me to repeat stuff. And then you do it in a way where you put the right context and you frame it in a way that I've answered prior. That's why I know you've listened. That's all I got. So just, it's already creeping me out, dog. I don't want any proof. I just want you to listen. That's all. It hasn't turned me off yet. That's why I'm still haven't banned you. But just listen, man, before anything and all of that. But if I do get more indication of that, yeah, we'll do it. So otherwise, go back to what you should already know. Like I said, I like the company to a decent degree, and apply it to the criteria we've talked about. Whatever ALTS is, I keep seeing this one. Then MDB, I thank you for Snowflake. I remembered that one. Snow, and then crowd. Then MDB, and then now I'm forgetting the other one. There was 3 of them or 4 of them. Crowd, Snowflake, PSTG. And then let's see. Oh, where's Hormel? That was the other one. MDB still running. TTD just moved, but there was like those 3 little tech software names that reported today. And then MDB was yesterday, but that was a big runner. I don't think news on natural gas. I mean, there was numbers, and then some country, I think Japan. CoreWeave was our NVIDIA sympathy. That one hit. I made them free already. I don't know where they ended up. They're down now. Caterpillar. All right, man. See if we move up. Watch your Mag 7. It can move up without NVIDIA, or if NVIDIA moves, it's going to go. And then above 6,500, it's going to be a lot more, it'll be a lot more aggressive. Yeah, Lisa Cook thing tomorrow. We haven't heard anything from Trump. Surprisingly, with how we've heard from him, this week early, yeah, we haven't heard anything. That's pretty funny when I think about it. Don't be sad. Rejoice. Rejoice. Because it's good. Because if those opportunities pop up, they'll come in bunches. So hunt. You didn't miss anything. Just warning you. Amen. Amen. Alrighty. Chatadonia. Like that. Tell the people their long-term water is back. Yeah. Yo, what the fuck? I just made Philo and it disappeared. Oh, there it is. And it came out here. That's why I had it up. But it's like it was an up reaction, but very slow. Trump is older than Biden. How old are you? Because you're going to be around longer than both of them. And we're going to use you as the odd Chad facts of the day. Because I'm like, why is he bringing that up before Philo? He said, why don't you never post her? Why aren't you ever married if you love her so much? Are you planning to adopt because the max women they could have is 35? And then you pump a fucking crypto or a quantum, and then you drop your Biden or your Trump hate, right? So tell me, what do you? And then your account was 17 hours ago. You see that one? Do you see? I'm so grateful I have Jesus, because these comments do not. Like, do you see your energy that you give off? Are you aware of the vibe you give, my brother? Yeah, Chatfax is crazy, bro. But, like, no, do you see what I'm saying, though? Like, serious, as a learning experience, I'm not even, this is in love. Nah, but if you don't want the correction, that's fine. I could ban you. If you do feel like you're getting embarrassed, just tell me and I'll ban you and I'll go to Philo. But I would like your answer, bro. You know, because you are, like, I don't know where you went. I don't see you anymore. But so, like, yeah, you got to let me know. But if you want me to, I don't want to embarrass you, but I do want all the other Chads to kind of see, because this is an energy, bro. This is it's like a vibe. I would hate to call you a demon, but this is a overbearing energy for, what did I do to you? So, but yeah, I do want to figure it out. Do you see what I'm talking about? And that's why, like, and usually the people who give me, like, that's why I've had to ban and clean up the Chad. Because, like, you guys will give me these, like, comments, like, go personal. You'll try to introduce doubt and fear, and I don't accept it. I accept Jesus Christ. That's what I said. But then it always ends with, like, I hate Donald Trump, or, like, some Donald Trump side eye. And then if I call you out on it, you guys are like, no, I was doing this. But I'm like, do you see this consecutively? How it lines up? And then you paid money and made this account 17 hours ago. So let's do the math. It's 10 o'clock now, right? So then take 7 hours. We'll go 11, 12, 11, 10, 9. Uh-oh. Are we there? 8. So at 8 p.m. last night, you were thinking about me at 8 p.m. And then you made the account, right? And you bought the membership. And then this is what you came in here for today. Why? I haven't heard a word from him since I showed this, but, you know, either way, like I said, I've said this lately to all of y'all, because I do get to, I get to realize my impact on people, and I want to have a good one. And I'm not, like I said, if you ever feel embarrassed, or if you feel like I'm calling you out, just tell me and I will stop. I genuinely will do it, because I don't want to leave you guys in the dark, but I'm also not trying to babysit and correct. So, but yeah, like, this ain't a good energy. This is not acceptable, actually. I haven't banned him, but and this is stuff that you guys are going to have to deal with. And you are either adding it to the world, or you're going to have to defend against it. So, either way, I want you guys to be where you want to be and be here for a good purpose. But I don't see any good purpose in this. And your reaction towards our discussions today, I didn't go out of my way for anything until I just noticed. You know what got me to notice? Your Trump comment. Because that's what I'm saying. I've cleaned up the Chad so much. Everybody here is so focused. That's why I love it. That's what I'm saying. That's a random ass comment. It's like when I read the Bible and I'm like, wait, how does that fit? I'm like, wait, why did Jesus say that? Do you know what I'm saying? So, And then that's why I was like, wait, where does that come from? And then, like I'm saying, this doesn't make all of this energy, what is it tied to? And then, do you think this is what I'm trying to tell you? A lot of the vibes are really tied to these shitty stocks and scams. So you're either scamming others or somebody scammed you probably. And now I have to deal with this dark energy. Why? I don't want to. I don't accept it. You're forgiven. Be reborn. I'm not banning you yet. But I want to know. I want all of you to see it too in love, because I'm not mad at all. I don't think it's kind of weird, but like I said, bro, Jesus is God. God is real. God is with us all, and he has a good purpose. I think God is in my life. God brought me my girl. I think God, I'm not worried about age, time, none of these worldly things. I'm really not. That's why. But I think you might be. But that's why I'm like, hey, what's up? Talk to me. I'm here live. I'll talk to you in a way nobody will talk to you guys. You haven't noticed? These people want your money. They don't even want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. Some of you guys just want to troll me. I will be your best friend, or I'll be the best mirror. You tell me. But let's talk then. Come on. Why? Where does this come from? What is in your heart, brother? He disappeared. So, and that's why I'm saying, as an example, if this is you, my brother, why? I'm not talking to him now. I'm talking to those of you who copy this behavior, who act like this. This isn't the life you want, bro. I know it's not. God called you for bigger and better. All of you, baby. All of you. So let's go. You turned 39 today, 40? Oh, I was like, how did you turn 39 and 40 at the same time, bro? Let's go, baby. Can we get the house now too? Can we get the crib now? I've been reminding everybody, man. I love the birthdays and anniversaries, so I want to make sure at a young age, at a middle age, at an old age, at any age, I want to prioritize it. So, amen, bro. You got triggered over the Reddit? No, he was triggered before that. The marriage comments were 2 hours before the Reddit. So he sat through all of it, made the account last night, listens, knows Josh, knows his behavior, thinks about Josh at night, pays, comes in. This is the energy. Why? You don't want to make money. And if you did, why would you act like this with me? You know how many people's lives I've changed? I don't say that bragging. I say it because Jesus did it, and that's why he gets the credit. And that's why every day we have one less demon, one more angel. Yes. So yeah. Either way, I'm not going to ban him. You'll remember, but I think God wanted you to see this for the people who are on the cusp. Because that's it. Some of you are going to have to choose. That's what I mean by, what are you doing here? I love y'all. I mean, I've dealt with this for many years. It's nothing to me. That's what I'm saying, but why are you here? And the ones I could warn and communicate with effectively, the souls and lives are being saved, and money is being made, and chains are being dropped, and that's all I want. So you tell me, but you need to decide. There's that element out of my control, and there's an element in your control, and you get to choose. So let's see it. Opad. I've seen that one every day. But yeah, we gotta go to Philo now. I love Philo. And I love you guys. You know that? All of you. For real, bro. I even said this to Yao, even if he sketched me out, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. You don't think I value that? I know you may seem like I'm talking shit, but I just want I want a harsh reality to wake everybody up. Because it's like, dude, if you even give me the time to fucking listen to me, to hate me, you're still giving me the time. And I appreciate that. And I want to make it good. So you may not like that, but I like it. And I want it to be valuable. And it's going to be valuable. You got no choice, brother. I'm going to make it valuable. So, yes, that's why. And you tell me, bro. If you feel left in the dark, if I've communicated you tell me then. And if you want me to tell you straight up, I will. Whether you like it or not, or if you want me to leave you room to figure it out, I would love that. So you can. But no one's going to tolerate with this bullshit. And that's what I'm saying, bro. That energy and bringing that to people is going to get you nowhere in life. I'm willing to deal with it to help you never do it again. I hope. So let's go. But like I'm saying, you tell me. You could communicate. I'm very good at it. I'll communicate it back. But I love y'all. And that's what I'm saying. Even if you don't, but some of you are committed here. Even in a hateful way. But I don't know why. And I'll figure it out one day. But I'm going to try to encourage you to use this time and commitment to the best of your advantage in future. Hate me later. Get emotional later. Doubt later. But now, what are you doing? You see money every day in front of you. You've seen 10, 20 chads a month get a house. I could pull up 1,000 long-term. 1,000. This ain't a fluke, dog. They all got the long-term. So let's go. I would love for you to do it. You may disagree with me. That's fine. I'm not making you agree with me. But we are going to follow an objective principle. Go ahead. Leave God out of it. I'm fine with that. I'm not leaving God out of it. You do whatever you want. But if you want to change your future, that is what I'm here for. And we can do it. I don't know why you're here, though. We got to figure it out. So let's go. But I mean that in love. Because you have given me your time. And I want to use it wisely. So thank you. And that being said, if you would like to use your time to hear about Jesus now and more of my life lessons, I would love for you to be there. But if not, like I've said, I'm not trying to get you there. I'm trying to get the man there who wants to go there himself. I already tried getting the man over who didn't want to go. You know what? It resulted in a lot of injury. So I want the guys who want to go. You want to listen, come. You don't want to listen, don't, bro. I'm not going to trip on it. No one is. No one really cares. You know, and guess what? You guys have it, like I said, bro, if I had kids, I wouldn't stream, man. The day I have a child, he gets my life, not you guys. For now, you get my life, and I love it. But you don't like God and all this, and you think that's the big problem? It's not. That's the only reason I'm talking to you right now. You don't get it? I think you do. I'm a very selfish individual. I grew up in the same world you did, in the same America. I have things, I have all of it. If I didn't have this religious psychosis making me believe in eternity and a God, I wouldn't care about you. I wouldn't try to help anybody. Why would I? I don't want to. Nothing in my nature wants me to help. Just like you. Right? So what are you saying? You're already engaging with God, whether you like it or not. We wouldn't be here. I would be doing drugs. I would be buying more cars. I would be living my life with less moral regard, with more greed, more everything. But that's in less of you, less of anybody. I wouldn't have, if I could tell you now, I don't have to answer to anybody. Just imagine if I didn't fear the Lord. And you think we would have anything? What are you saying? That's what I'm saying. It's foolish. You're already dealing with God's game. That's it. You've already made a commitment. You have already given me your time. So what are we talking about? The moment I have kids, the moment I have marriage, I marry to it. I'm gone. What are you saying? As I would tell you. So yeah, let's go to Philo if you want to be there. Don't be a fool who pays for things he does not want. Do not pay attention for something you do not want. That'll make you $1 million right there. God bless America. I will see you there.